time.
Playoffs.
He was thinking about that all day, wasn't
That's what I named the actual
good.
title
I
of
like
it
that.
too.
That's good.
So, look at us back here, another week before bowl season. Gonna be a nice little quick NCAA week. There's a game. What?
I'm looking at the angle of the camera, and I'm not sure why it's doing that.
Doing what?
Hey guys,
We're in the picture.
Straight it up.
I don't want to be weird.
You are weird.
Okay, I am weird,
Just that one?
but does someone want to tell me who is that?
That's our boy Sam.
Sam.
Oh, hi Sam,
He's our attorney in-house.
In-house attorney.
in-house attorney.
Newly acquired.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
He's,
Did we
he's
need
just-
an?
he's a free agent
Did you need an
looking for a
attorney?
home.
Yep. No, he's coming to hang out, check it out.
Oh,
He's gonna be a guest on the Wealth.
oh.
There's like a 5-second delay. So
Texas
sure.
Tech, Tennessee. Might want to dabble in that
I don't know.
one.
Whatever it looks in there, you're fine. Twitter just didn't pull up the big screen yet.
Does ISU play tonight?
Anyways, let's get to this week. Start with a little college football recap since one of us is handicapped, disabled,
Under the weather.
Under the weather.
on the 30-day DL.
On
is
the
that,
fritz.
is that
Like, does it hurt
how,
to talk?
how- is that how we do
No,
it?
it doesn't hurt to talk. It probably
So
hurts
then
you.
you do the recap.
It probably hurts you to.
No, but
James, I have like a speech impediment right now because I can't say
Sound
my
like-
F's.
you sound like you just got beat up in a boxing match, honestly.
also let's
Yeah,
not
James, it doesn't
overexert that
happen.
nerve. Okay,
James, it doesn't happen.
All right, let's go.
Me, you,
Game time.
square up.
you don't
Hey.
want this smoke.
let's start with
got
let's
Ryan
let's
all
start
day.
with an easy one. Houston Cincy. Anybody watch that one?
Yeah, I watched them all.
So do you want to talk about how it went?
No.
No?
Because I was wrong, but I think Cincy's good.
Cincy's good. Defense is pretty good.
And I think
The
Desmond
defense
Ridder,
showed up against Houston. Now it's Houston and not an SEC team. So
It was close for a little bit.
it was. It was
I mean,
for-
at the kickoff,
for a little bit.
when it was 14-14, and then all of a sudden, no.
yeah, it was. But I mean, we did overall.
That's a lot of how since he's played all year. I mean,
You're
you
not
watch
wrong.
their games,
Slow
everybody
starts.
gets upset with their, teams are playing
Yeah.
competitive with them that aren't,
Right.
Their level. And then all of a sudden you look and Cincinnati won by 21 again. And everybody's like, oh, they didn't look good, though. It's like,
What they
I
did.
think they did.
They
They're
did.
better than Oregon. Yeah.
you love Oregon.
No.
He's not there. They're not there.
love-
So
You know who I love? The Patriots.
Patriots.
Ride 'em.
We'll get to
I
NFL.
want to tell
Right.
you something that was
Uh,
easy money.
Cincy, we got the money line on that. J&J and I did not hedge
thought-
correctly with the spread.
thought
Thought it was
Houston-
going to be a little closer.
Yeah, that was
Cole missed. Only one to miss on the. You went under.
I did. I didn't think they were going to get that 14 early
Well, that changed
for Houston,
quickly.
Yeah.
And then we'll get to this game. The last play of this game was awesome as a defender, but really dumb when you think it from offense
The
standpoint.
last play, that's the only
Baylor,
one that you're going to
Oklahoma
talk
State.
about is the last one. How about the other 8 plays they had on the goal line?
Well, yeah, I
They
mean, there's
just couldn't
that,
do anything.
but the one we'll remember
That's fair.
is going for the pylon when you should probably just cut it upfield. You had yard
One
to get.
guy.
He bowed back about 3/4 of a yard,
Yep.
and as soon as he did that, you're like, nope.
Nope, he's not getting it.
But he got a lot closer than I thought he was going to.
Yeah, true.
He probably could have stopped
So
and put his
close.
foot down, and that guy would have over pursued, and he would have walked into the end zone.
Dude, if he fell over to the right about halfway there, he would
He
have
would have
been
made
in.
it. All he had
Yeah.
to do was, go into the end zone as opposed
Again,
to.
just like you said, like I get why he was trying to get to the pylon, but it was
Lord.
easy. It was an easy score.
I mean, as a very non-athletic quarterback,
You'd have fell in.
I could have I feel like I could have
Fell.
fallen.
You just fell in. Yeah.
Just fall in. You just lean hard.
So
Take the weight off the left foot.
However, Baylor looked good most of the game.
they did.
They were the better team.
Going into that, though, I thought that
Oklahoma
was
State couldn't score,
Right.
punch it in to save their lives. But
right.
I disagree with Baylor being the better team. I mean, Oklahoma State had to turn it over 4 times and get stopped 8 times inside the 3-yard line in order to lose that game.
sounds like the better team stopped them and got 4 turnovers.
Kid, that's coaching. That's just drawing it up.
What, drawing up turnovers?
Drawing up bad plays inside the 3-yard line. Be creative enough to score 1 time, and you win the game. So,
I mean, there is that,
Agree to
but
disagree,
we
but-
all lost on the money line. J got the spread. But we all hit the under because it was going to do that.
Yep.
So that's good. We got to save the big one for last.
Which these last two are they're both big. Which one?
The one that had more playoff implication.
Oh,
Yeah.
The least.
However, also our marketing team said that we need more hot takes, so you guys need to be more bold.
I've got hot takes coming for the playoffs.
You would just wait till I talk about my waxing gibbous moon for the Army-Navy game today.
What was that?
Waxing gibbous.
Let's go Michigan-Iowa. It went exactly as it was going to.
The only thing that I will say about that though
Can't
is
wait to hear this.
Iowa moved the
She
ball.
was the only one that was on this Iowa train.
You can't disagree.
Iowa
with me.
did what?
Iowa moved the ball.
They lost 42-3.
Iowa moved the ball.
It
They
was
couldn't
42 to
score.
3.
Iowa moved the ball. They couldn't score. Tell me I'm wrong, and I
agree
will.
with Ryan
I will
on this.
100% look at you, and everybody will look at you and say you're wrong. Iowa moved the ball enough that they just didn't punch it in, and they didn't score.
They lost.
They missed
42-3.
field goals. They
That's
lost the
an
game,
ass
but you
whooping.
can't say that they didn't move the ball against that defense.
Okay, sure. They
Well,
stink.
let's see. Iowa, the fullback tripped 7 points.
They missed a field
The
goal.
guy missed a field goal that he hasn't missed all year. 3 points.
Also,
So it's 42-13.
the fullback
but
trip, but you have to put that on.
completely changes when they're not down. Like Michigan doesn't score 42 if I was in that game because their play calling is completely different. That's just ebbs and flows of the game. But if you're Iowa, you cannot go into that game making any mistakes. You have to play a relatively flawless ball game while creating turnovers and making every play they give you. And Iowa did not do that from the very start. As soon as they missed the field goal, you knew the game was over.
You could actually kind of see it deflate.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's crazy.
Yep.
But that was an easy one for a couple of us. Not so much for Ryan. You missed. Why'd you go Iowa under? Oh, you do.
Because it's an Iowa under.
Yeah, never mind. That's what he.
And also, it was 45 points. It wasn't that far off.
Well, I mean, and that was a blowout. If it was closer.
It wasn't that far off.
Easily would have went over. But you're right.
Go ahead. Talk about the big
Bama,
one.
Georgia? Bama, Georgia? Anybody?
That game made us look bad.
I don't have anything to say.
Not just us. That game made
A lot
of people look bad.
Vegas won a lot of money on that game.
Yeah.
So here's the big thing was, in my opinion, Bama's receivers are those the two most underrated receivers in the country? And they'll probably get drafted high, don't get me wrong, but like nobody was talking about Bama's receivers just outclassing Georgia's entire defense.
Was it a slant he caught?
Well, to be fair,
Didn't
one
Williams and
Skirted
Mechie,
up the field.
Mechie's not.
It was a slant.
well, he's got
ACL.
drag one or
which
two.
is
That dude
part of
just-
my hot take come playoff time.
Got you.
Um,
Yeah. That's a big deal.
That's huge. That was huge in the Auburn game.
Yeah.
Williams got, and I didn't realize that at the time, like what his impact. But that guy's a game changer.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, this was just one of those straight up just ass whoopings. They were designed. I mean, they knew what schemes was coming at them.
Right.
It was really well developed. And then if you look back at Auburn of why Bama Auburn was so close, I believe it was part of this. I think it was part of it. I thought they went into that game they could be vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
There are some things that they did not show.
Right.
And showed it against Georgia.
But was that all year then? Because like they played a ton of close games in the SEC against far inferior opponents.
They
to
were
Georgia.
doing some things.
Nick Saban
against Georgia.
postseason. Nick Saban postseason. It's so hard to bet against the guy. As much as we
They had those.
talk about
They
it,
had
but-
Georgia not getting run fits. Georgia. That's all they
Right.
did all year.
Right. Oh,
They showed them things that they've clearly have never seen.
yeah.
Now, hot take for the playoffs is Georgia's still going to win, and now Georgia's seen that. Now, how do you scheme? Now what? Now it's a dog on dog, in my opinion.
Another hot take for the playoffs is there's no reason. Now, we talked about this. It'd be the exact same games, but there's no reason that Alabama should jump Michigan.
Oh,
It's name recognition.
That just comes. I don't even think it's that. I think you just.
But Michigan should be the number one seed in the college football playoffs. They did nothing. They did nothing wrong.
you lost to Michigan
not.
State. You can't lose to Michigan State.
Michigan State
Sorry.
technically had a better year than Texas A&M.
Yeah, but I mean, Texas A&M versus Michigan State neutral fields. Texas A&M. all day
Michigan
long.
State. Michigan State runs all over.
Didn't we talk about this before? I might have deja vu.
Right. I mean,
Yeah,
it's.
we
the same
I think we've
conversation over
done
and
these
over.
scenarios
It's
like once a week.
agree to disagree type of thing. But like, I mean, at the end of the day, they're not They're absolutely not going to match up Alabama and Georgia.
No.
It's
Right. It would have been-
completely obvious
The games
it's
would be
just
the
not
same.
gonna
What I
happen.
thought it
However,
was
I
gonna
think
be.
they should have done it just for media shitstorm of having
But
Michigan
honestly,
won.
I wouldn't have
They would have
cared.
a lot more people talk about it.
I look at these 4 teams, and I think they got the right 4 teams.
Correct?
Which doesn't
Yeah.
happen every year.
No.
I think the biggest mistake is somehow had Oklahoma State won that game, they would have gotten left out.
Yeah, and that
Baylor didn't even make the top. Ohio State's still somehow ahead of Baylor
Yeah, which is
with 2 losses, and that's baffling to me. Like, Baylor was like 8th.
Yeah.
Like, wait a second. They just won the Big 12
This- Big 12
championship
championship.
against a
And beat
team that
number
would have
5.
Yeah.
eventually
Would
made the
have playoffs.
playoffs had they won, and they've got one more loss. So that was a little bit baffling to me, but honestly, you don't really care. They're all making a New Year's Six bowl, so nobody's going to argue with it. Nobody's going to care after the top 4.
Well, and everyone can agree what the championship game is going to be.
No,
Really?
I don't think so.
Really?
I think that both of the matchups are better created now with how it's set up for the underdogs to compete.
Okay. Well, we'll get to that one.
But
That's not this.
down
That's
the
not
road.
this
I don't
topic.
wanna-
Yeah, I
I
got
just think that Georgia almost needed to lose that game. They needed that one game to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Now they got it out of their systems. That's why I think Georgia's just going to throttle everybody in the playoffs.
I don't think Georgia's built to throttle. If the other team makes mistakes, absolutely, but I don't think their offense is built to throttle teams.
How many times have they won by more than 20? That's probably throttling somebody.
The best team they played all year was Kentucky until they got throttled by
Bama.
Alabama.
Bama.
There was no throttling in the Bama game.
So we only won 1 there, and that was Ryan on the over. God, how sad is that? Which is really funny. Overall,
He needed that a little bit of recovery.
overall as a team, we went 50%. Overall, individually, we all went 50%.
We're so
66.
average.
We're so average. But what did JMJ, was it
Todd
last week?
Furman?
Last week you brought that up? Or was it the week before?
Todd Furman?
Todd Furman?
Telling people that,
Oh, yeah,
they
last
expect the
week.
best batters in the world to go over 60%, and that's just not realistic.
It's not
So
real.
going
Going
50-50
Pretty
and
solid.
all about the
Just
units.
gotta know where to put those units.
You gotta put the
As long as you're plus in the units.
In the units. All right, let's go down to our money lock. I had App State. That was terrible. Nope. Mm-mm. Ryan had Western Kentucky. You rode with them.
It was a close game,
It was.
but it just didn't work.
Late.
But it just
That game, they snapped the ball over the quarterback's head for turnovers 3 different times in the game.
Yeah.
And we're still in the game.
Still
Back to my Oklahoma State turnover thing versus Vero.
They lost. the
Western Kentucky was the better team.
They lost. Turnovers.
So he
Turnovers.
says turnovers. I was like, nobody
Snapping over the head is different than getting picks and stuff and being in the right
getting
spot.
stopped on the goal line.
No,
8
not that one. I'm
times.
talking about the interceptions, not the goal line stands.
Those were just bad.
As a
throws.
defender,
they were not creative.
You are not
They
mentally thinking, we're going to stop them 8 times.
Yeah, that's fine.
Stuff.
We're good.
Stuff. JMJ did get Cal, though. There you go.
In the most forgotten game of the
Ever.
college football season.
So we were looking these up yesterday, and we were like, where is the Cal game?
People
Where did they
accidentally
go?
watch that game, and they're like, "Wait, does this game mean something?" It's on at
This isn't a
11
championship.
o'clock in Iowa on the same day as
Right.
all of the conference championships. Like, wait, I thought we already watched the Pac-12. That's the thing. The Pac-12 is so bad they could have considered that the Pac-12 championship, and nobody would have known the difference.
difference. And then you with Pitt. That was an easy one.
Baller
I had
pick.
to do some research.
Fake slide. Thoughts on that as a defender?
Oh, yes. We have to. Okay.
That was awesome.
By rule,
That was awesome.
if the quarterback starts a slide, that's where he's down.
Right.
Correct?
Yep. No, absolutely.
So by rule,
He
it
should have been
pisses
blown
me
down.
the hell off.
right.
Also, other rules. Not supposed to hit quarterbacks in general.
Right.
You're not supposed to hit a runner if he gives himself up.
Mm-hmm.
And this whole league's designed to what? Protect the offense.
Right.
So, no, I'm living.
No, that's fair. But did you see how close he was to like tearing an ACL trying
Exactly.
to do what he
And
did?
You know what? And he probably should have for
No,
doing
right,
that
and it would have
stupid
been deserved.
Yeah.
And so I just don't think like there's a lot of overreaction to like, oh, we've got to stop this. No one has ever. I've never seen it tried before. Really, a sideline sometimes like Mahomes does it on the sideline, but he
shit.
doesn't.
Right, but that's
fake
like
slide.
that's fake going out. That's
Right.
different. The
I've
only
never-
other fake slide I know is Michael Vick, but he actually slid
right,
and got up, which you can do in the NFL.
right,
That's different.
right.
This one was
No, he full knee buckled, almost fell on his face, and
Yeah.
then the defender fell on his face harder. So then Pickett
The fact
ran.
the fact that he stayed on his feet is probably the most impressive part to me.
I mean, I suppose, but I was like,
I don't
wanna-
disagree. I think it's stupid. He should have been able to get his clock cleaned in that situation.
What I'm saying
but,
though
like,
is
that
they're
defender
gonna
had to
have-
pull up.
They're going to have to change. They're going to have to make it a rule. someone's going to get hurt,
But I
because
don't
now defenders
think
have to go full
that
out.
the rule changes based on what you said. I think the refs just got it wrong
That's fair.
because he went to give himself up,
and he
whistle's
should
got
have
to
blown it
blow.
dead. Correct.
And even if they get
Yep.
that late, they've got to get it.
Yep, absolutely.
And I think that's,
Yeah.
and I don't know that it's,
You're right.
is that something, I don't know if that's reviewable. I don't think that it is.
I mean, it should be, because
But I'm just
you
saying,
start the
like,
process
I
of
think
sliding.
that's how that's
Yes,
solved. I don't
not
think
a
anything
rule
needs to
change.
just
You're right. Internally with the refs, they have to.
implementation of the rule.
Otherwise, there's going to be a quarterback who's going to slide and is going to get murdered, because now defensive guys have to play that through.
Right.
Now, everyone I saw on Twitter blowing up saying, well, defenders didn't even finish the play.
You can't finish the
that's
play
not
anymore.
anymore.
You can't even
Not even
hardly
anymore.
start the play anymore
No.
as a defender. So
Not anymore. But now those guys are going to finish, and they're going to be aiming lower.
right.
And
But that's the problem is you can't aim low. Like as a defender now, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because if you aim low and the running back or the quarterback or the receiver puts their head down, it's your fault.
Yeah.
And it's like there's no way.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no way. And every time a running back comes through the hole with his head down, there is never a penalty.
not once.
I've never seen it called.
Mm-mm.
Now I've seen it called down the field if like somebody's
Right.
kind of spearing into somebody, but I've never seen the running back come through the hole with his head down, hit somebody with the head of their helmet, which happens at least a handful of times a game, in every game.
Yep.
Perfectly fine. Never
Nothing
a penalty. As soon as the safety comes in, puts his head down, targets the rib to thigh area,
And
the-
receiver goes,
yeah,
Yep.
then now
Fine.
he's thrown out of the game.
it's
And
ridiculous.
that's just bullshit.
Yeah. I could not play in today's game. I
So-
really couldn't. It wouldn't be any fun.
You know who really couldn't is Jacob Craig.
No, absolutely not.
I think about him every time I see a
Aw.
guy
Oh, man.
who
That might be
Just-
pound for pound the hardest hitter I've ever done.
that dude just looked for somebody to kill on every play. Sorry.
Wasn't it Josh,
Shout out DU,
wasn't it Josh
football.
Johnson who was like,
Mount Vernon.
that little safety from Drake is the hardest
Unreal.
hitter I've ever hit?
Unreal.
That's awesome. Spread locks. Pitt. I assume half that was an easy one. Ryan went with
Rocky.
NIU plus 3.5. JMJ, Utah.
Duh.
Cole, Utah. Those were easy.
Stupid ducks.
Over under
Bunch of
locks.
quacks.
Stupid
Kent
ducks.
State,
That was so
NIL,
easy.
74.5. You best believe it went under at like 72.
Finally, you got one
Finally.
of those that are in the 70s to
Yep.
go under.
Yeah, it's still in the 70s, though. Utah State, San Diego State for Ryan under 49.5. He didn't get it. Michigan, Iowa for JMJ. That didn't hit. In Georgia, Bama, obviously, we've already talked about that under. Didn't hit.
That defensive battle turned out to not be a defensive battle.
Oh, defensive. Who can get their ass whooped fastest?
That was a trend in the SEC championship game. They've been gone over like 90% of the time the last 10 years or something like that. So
That's nuts to me.
they don't score all year until the championship.
We didn't get a dog for the first time.
Yeah, well,
So there's that. Houston, well, they lost. Iowa, well, that wasn't close. Sac State, because that was random.
I didn't
Was close. I think they
That was
lost by
close.
like 5.
Yeah,
they almost.
that was close.
almost.
They covered.
And then Houston for Cole. Yeah, it didn't work out very well.
Is what it is.
All right.
We didn't have
So there
a
was-
lot of
there
great
was two big-
options.
there was
There
technically-
it wasn't a lot of confidence.
Technically
in those
2
picks.
Big 12 championships this year.
Excuse me?
As weird as that sounds, there's 2 Big 12 championships this year. Houston, Cincinnati are both newcomers into the Big 12.
The AAC championship was technically a Big 12 championship because those teams are being added.
Oh,
According,
future Big 12.
according to Bell's
Still-
Boy.
Bell's boy.
Hey, Hell's Bells, baby.
Bell's Bells. Oh, you get some ACDC up
Yeah,
there?
no kidding.
You should have came into that music.
Ah.
All right.
Give me a button.
Awesome.
I'm going to have this for 3 weeks, Chase. Give me a button.
We need some Hell's Bells. We figured out what he's got finally.
All right. NFL Week 13.
Took you guys a couple weeks.
Cole, you can lead off with Dallas, New Orleans.
Ugh. I mean, that was just kind of the Dallas Kansas City game in reverse. Dallas was the better team. Ugly game. Dallas's defense is playing well. New Orleans' defense is always pretty tough, especially at home. New Orleans decided to play. Thank goodness they decided to play. Drawing a blank.
Hill,
Yes, Taysom.
Taysom.
Instead of
Instead
Simeon,
of
because I
throws
honestly
picks.
think if
Simeon's better.
Simeon plays, they don't turn the ball over, and therefore, like that's a field goal game
Right.
if Simeon plays versus Taysom Hill just throwing the ball to the Cowboys 4 times.
I love them getting Pollard involved.
Well, yeah, he's better, And now all the
know how
national
many
media say.
finally
I
are
mean,
saying
I've
it.
been telling you guys
Yes.
that since the beginning of the year.
And now now national media is catching up, finally
Yeah.
saying that Pollard's worth something.
Right. So
So I don't remember why I picked New Orleans in both money line and spread. I have no idea. I don't remember. When we went through, I was like, I picked them.
I think you picked
love
against Dan
Taysom, I
Quinn.
think.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
that's
what
what
it
it
was.
was. That's what it was.
Your
You
boy
picked
Dan
against
Quinn.
Dan
Boy.
Quinn.
Yeah, that was also before I knew Taysom Hill was starting. Would have flipped what I thought
Uh-huh.
because he's
Like-
not good.
Well,
Likely
and
story.
you look at New Orleans. I don't think we knew last Tuesday, but the amount of people that they had out during that game
Yeah.
made sense to take
I mean,
Dallas.
half the Cowboys coaching staff was out and like 3 of their players. So it wasn't like, I mean, both teams were
It was bad.
But
limping around that.
But
field.
so I'm the only one who missed money line. Cole's the only one who got the spread right, and we all crushed the under
How about them Cowboys?
they weren't scoring any points. And now it's time
Oh,
that we talk about the Vikings and the Lions.
We don't have to spend that long on it,
because
Ryan.
this
Okay.
was awful, but awesome all at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, you guys, we said something when it was, 14-6 or something, 7. I mean, the Lions were winning right away. I was like, you know what? I'm going to sprinkle some more on it. I thought it was kind of a lock. All of a sudden, they start playing well. Zimmer comes out at halftime, starts dialing up pressures, throwing blitzes, actually getting to Goff, and Goff was making mistakes, or they were getting to him and getting 3 and outs like crazy. I got really, really excited because I sprinkled money on them while they were down when it was, 27-24, 27-23, somewhere around there. My thing is I get going for 2 one of those times, but the next couple times you have to take points. In my eyes, maybe I'm wrong in that in my thought process, but you have to take points. You can't go for 2 each time, and maybe this is an Oklahoma State thing. Draw up a different frickin' play and get in the end zone.
Well, you do have
Score.
to, that last you have to go for 2 because you got to make it a 6-point game because you need to make the PAT.
Right. You've already
worth
screwed
something.
yourself at that point
Yeah.
was the problem. But I think his point is just like before, like 2
Before,
out of the 3
yeah,
times
should've.
before, you got to put yourself in a position where you don't have to do
But
it.
even before they decided to lose to Goff, what was Campbell doing going for it on his own 30?
No idea.
Yeah, that was stupid.
What the hell?
Yeah, that was desperate. It didn't make any sense either.
No, because your defense obviously has been doing well enough.
Right.
But, yeah, I thought that was crazy.
Paid off for him in the
It
end.
sure did. Maybe he knew. Maybe
Yeah.
he knew.
It was the
Their-
confidence
although their
that
goal line
he
plays were
exuded
not
in his
great.
offense then that made them able to complete
Yes,
a 4th and
correct.
goal as time expired.
As time, well, I mean, so did, playing soft coverage on defense
Yeah.
on the goal line.
I mean, I think it was James who was trying to figure out why that guy was guarding the back of the end zone. instead of the front of
Soft
it.
zone.
Why did you
He's playing
drop?
soft
I
zone.
was
No one-
screaming in the group
I mean,
chat.
there's no way that guy was getting through the end zone, though.
And it's still
Well, he wasn't gonna
ruined.
get
Fun,
through.
No.
fun
Nope.
fact about this:
I just don't
that
understand.
kicker for Detroit, who it was his first time making NFL field goals and everything. Guess who he was on in the offseason? Guess which team he was on in the offseason?
Falcons.
I'm going to go with
He's looking at stories for the Falcons.
nope.
I'm
Sure
going with
wasn't.
the
We have a
Vikings.
kicker.
He was
Coop.
on the Vikings
Oh,
during the offseason. They dropped him, and he goes off against them.
Do you know how great that feels for that guy?
I just want to know what that safety was
The
doing.
the Vikings are always playing close games,
Yeah.
and Detroit was due. I mean, they should have beat
They were
Pittsburgh. They
due.
should have beat the Ravens. That like,
Right.
They were
should have
due,
4
but they could have
wins.
waited a
They're
week.
not even the worst
No.
team in college in
They're
NFL
definitely
football
not
right
the
now.
worst
Like
in
there's
college.
4 or 5 teams in NFL that are not.
Absolutely.
They were due. They just could have waited a week for my psyche. I think that's
Yeah, we'll
probably
get
what
to it on the
that's
playoffs,
what made
but I'm
this
really
worse.
excited about it.
They made it worse.
They made it.
That's
Damn,
fine.
Vikings. See, cousins? Not only do I do not like you, huh? Give people bells. That's terrible. So we all lost the money line. I was the only one who got the spread, and then I was the only one who didn't get the over, so that's fun.
I appreciate you giving that back.
Yeah, right? When we were going through, I was like, hey, aw.
That's all right. This next one can be quick.
Giants, Dolphins.
Next.
Giants still don't look great. Dolphins don't look much better. But we all got the money line. JMJ,
Dolphins are trending in the right direction.
they are. They
Tua's
went
starting to play better.
five straight.
And their defense is solid.
I mean, they're just scrappy. They're scrappy. They're the scrappy Dolphins. JMJ decided to go with the homer pick. I mean, fair. I get it.
It's the only one that lost.
Only one that lost. Otherwise, we would have had a goon lock. So
I mean, yeah.
no, we wouldn't have because
It wouldn't have happened.
Because it
if
wouldn't
didn't.
happen.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, we don't want those.
The Giants would have won if we would have done that.
Absolutely would have. Let's get to the Falcons game. Hey, Falcons decided to play. They played pretty darn well. I was proud of them for a while.
For what, 2.5 quarters?
Except for the mistakes they started doing. Pick 6 before half was exhilarating.
Big man.
I was like, oh my god, this thing might be close. And it wasn't a blowout per se. It was by numbers, but they were within. If they could have,
It was competitive blowout.
yeah, it was a competitive blowout. Which really sucks for the spread and the over for Cole and I on the over and Ryan and I on the spread is the fact that we dropped a touchdown with like less than a second left in the game, and I was like, oh come on!
Yep.
So I lost money because we decided not to score on
That's why they call it gambling.
Yeah, that's why they call it gambling. So yeah, money line. James J and Cole got the spread, and Ryan and James J got the under. So good job, guys.
Yeah, Chiefs.
Chiefs, Denver. Wow, that was you guys. That was not
So the Chiefs have done a complete
solid football
180.
twice. So a 360.
720 now. 540.
'Cause they
They're
were-
at a 540, I think.
They were supposed to be good. They were good once, and then they.
I'm just
not
talking
good.
about offense versus defense.
Oh yeah. They flip flopped.
Because they're,
Flippy flop.
yeah, now that, I mean, their defense is like top 3 in the league the last few weeks.
Their offense is.
And it's not, they're playing teams that have had success on offense. So it's not like they're playing, Cowboys. Broncos have shown that they can run the ball. And that Williams dude for the Broncos is a tank.
Well, and if Teddy
Javonte.
Two Gloves doesn't throw 17 picks,
Right.
Right
Which
back to that.
That's not. And
Not-
that's
yep,
usually, he's usually a guy that takes care of the ball. So
Exactly.
that's why I say you got to give that to the Chiefs there. But
for sure.
playing well on defense, and you can only expect their offense to deliver if it needs to. Like,
Which is why absolutely the under was going to happen. Ryan, why did you go over there?
he thought Teddy was going to perform.
I'm a big fan of Teddy Two Gloves.
Who's
Yeah.
not?
Who's not? I
Who's
mean,
not?
Tim Patrick. I thought he was going to have a big day.
Sutton.
Sutton. They have weapons. They're just unknown weapons.
the Chiefs. Dan freaking Sorensen got a pick 6 in that game.
and everyone hates Dan
And
Sorensen.
you know what happened though? He got burnt on the play, and the defensive lineman tipped the ball, so it went
I
backwards
didn't watch it, but
right
really?
into his lap. And I texted my
was
buddy
burnt.
Ben and was like, "Hey, Sorensen got beat again. He happened to be in the wrong place at the right time." Ran it back though, and then he's got his bleached hair under the helmet. I just can't take that guy seriously. Somebody cut that guy already.
How could you? He's just
So.
there. All right, moving on. New England, Buffalo. James? Easiest.
Wild weather.
It's just that was the easiest money I think I've made this
Tweeting
whole
about
entire-
that wind was crazy.
That's
The
the.
weather was
That's
nuts.
Took
really
Buffalo
like.
in our picks here. God, you
and
stupid.
the over. And the over.
You are
too.
stupid.
This is before I knew what the weather
But the
was.
way- yeah,
'cause
way
we did
before
it
the
on
weather.
Tuesday.
This easily
don't come
changes.
in- like
Regardless,
that.
the Patriots might be the best team
Also-
in the AFC right now. I
Wait.
think they are.
This game's different.
How long
without
have
that.
I been on the
Listen,
Patriots for? How many weeks?
I can't count.
Since
Since
Stoy got off the
since I-
Cowboys.
Since I got the Cowboys. I feel like week
I was,
5.
but no,
So
the week before that, I was still on the Patriots.
Yeah, you were always on the Patriots. I don't remember when you weren't.
And what did I say before the weather?
Uh,
No, just tell me what it said. What's it say? Read the screen.
You went New England under
In Buffalo.
in Buffalo.
And the Patriots were 3-point dogs.
Right. Yep.
Bill Belichick's got the boys doing Patriot things. Patriot games, bud.
Patriot game.
3 passes.
Trace.
What else is going to happen?
That was awesome.
You can't throw in that.
That was
You
awesome.
can't kick.
They should have just kicked
I
from the.
mean,
Yeah, they
I
should have
think-
just kicked with the wind from 80 yards out.
Yeah, they
Would've been
they
pretty
kicked
sweet.
it
Someone-
into the stands, the one direction.
The one.
The other
From, like,
direction,
50.
The ball would only fly 25 yards before it started going backwards. They were showing pregame kicks.
It's awesome.
It was,
That would have been fun for the kickers. I bet pregame.
but there
just for
were 1, 2, 3 or 4 field goals made in the game.
Yeah.
Obviously, all going the same direction.
Correct.
Um,
Absolutely.
A lot of the arguments were being made that whatever team was going with the win should be running hurry up, and I couldn't disagree with that. But nobody ever did.
Yeah, I feel like they could have done more,
Especially
if they really
Buffalo.
wanted to. But
New England wanted it to be a messy, slow game.
They wanted what?
Buffalo
Buffalo,
should've
hurry up,
definitely
read
tried to-
options the whole time. That would have been great.
Yeah. Well, and you just got to let Allen cook, man. That dude is.
Oh yeah. You got to get him going. Big
Yep.
man going. Yeah, but JMJ went 12-6, 66%. I again went 50-50 because that's apparently what I do, just average. Ryan went 11-7, and Cole 14-4.
You needed that week.
Let's just say that I was due.
You were due.
That's shots fired.
Due.
Money line lock. Wow, since he got
Put the fade away.
blown out.
Put the fade away.
Put the fade. Yeah, put the fade away. We're not to that yet.
I get to hand over the torch after a couple weeks.
Money line lock. I took Cincy. That wasn't anywhere close, and the boys took Niners, and wow, the Seahawks shocked them.
How?
Again, another goal line stand, by the way.
It's
At
the
the end of the
NFC West.
You never know what
the
happens.
Seahawks own the Niners own the Cardinals own the Rams, and that's why they can't.
Who do the Rams own?
I don't know. Connect the dots. The Seahawks.
Yeah, the Seahawks.
Yeah, Rams
Do
own the
they?
Seahawks.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
I mean, it's why the
And that's gonna
Cardinals are
happen.
a lock this week. Like,
absolutely. I also took the Cincy with the spread, so that failed miserably. Ryan and JMJ went the Raiders -2.5.
Washington
football team.
Taylor Heineke, you don't want none of that.
They're hot.
They got
Another
There we go.
former Viking.
freaking
scared?
Cowboys this
You
week.
scared?
Another
Let's
former
talk about
I'm
that.
not scared, but I'm nervous.
scared? What?
Another former Viking.
Are you going to keep plugging the Vikings? They're not a good football
Absolutely.
team. Can we move on?
Yeah, well, they're a great farm team for the rest of the NFL.
Hey.
The best.
The best around. Cole with the Cards 7.5. Yeah,
Are they the best team in the NFL?
I don't know.
No one will ever admit that because it's just nobody knows enough of their players.
Correct, because
So everybody's scared.
right. Over under lock. I got the Chiefs Broncos under clearly. Ryan and Cole with Pitt and the Ravens under 44. Again, that was an easy one. JMJ went with the Eagles Jets under 45.5, and wow,
In Minshew, we
Gardner
trust.
Minshew.
Lord.
That dude was.
Did you see that video?
Post-game video with
Him in his
dad?
bomber jacket, and
Oh
he
my
was
gosh,
pumped
yeah.
up.
He
That's-
was.
Minshew. God, Minshew just has that. He has the Fitzpatrick swag.
The magic.
Just the magic.
Is he like a Baker Mayfield, Johnny Manziel?
And Fitz. Mix?
Um,
Absolutely.
What do they
Love
call it?
child?
Love child, yes. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Got the great stash.
Again, we missed
Oh, yeah.
our dog picks. Bears. God, you're not good. For me, Ryan and Cole went with the Broncos, missed it, and JMJ went with the Jets and
Should
missed
have
it.
had the Lions. What an idiot.
So overall, for shitty shot purposes in the champ, let me get my button.
The champ is here! The champ is here!
It goes back to Cole.
Wow. Gosh.
It's been a
Who
while.
the hell saw that coming?
That's
been a
nice.
while.
That's real nice. I mean, hey, I'm either first or last.
So Cole
Ricky
had
Bobby.
Ricky Bobby.
Cole had 4 points.
You know who I'm going to turn into?
I had 3.
I'm gonna,
You're Cal Naughton, aren't you?
no.
Ryan
I just
had
got the
2,
job at
and-
LSU. I'm
and
going to have a
JMJ had
Southern
2.
draw.
So how do we want to do our tiebreakers?
We want to give it to the handicap guy.
Is that like? Don't you not want to do that most of the time?
How should we do the tiebreaker? Your choice.
He had a good point with the disability thing.
Wow.
Wow.
But
Wow.
that being said, we have something to break it up between these two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Better looking. Okay, I'll take it.
There you go.
Do you got? Does anybody got a quarter?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm very skilled in everything that James thinks he's skilled at. We could box for it.
James gets to pick the challenge.
Yeah.
I'll box you.
No, boxing. We're just going boxing.
Yeah.
Oh, are we going live?
Oh, why not?
Live boxing?
Oh no. I don't know.
James, about the only thing that you could beat me in boxing is like you're red, I'm blue. What's the kids toy?
Rock'em sock'em.
Sock'em
Robots.
Yeah, that's about the only boxing that you beat me in.
Okay. Can we get to the NFL Week 14?
No,
Ryan's
we
just
have
taking
to
the
do the
shot.
tiebreaker.
I don't know what that means.
We tied.
For a shot.
Just take
The
the
shitty
shot.
shot.
I don't want a shot. So you take it. There you go.
Hey, that's
there,
a good tiebreaker.
tiebreaker.
Basically, it is what it is. Is I'm tougher than you are.
Sure,
Absolutely.
you're tougher. Take
However,
the shot,
however,
tough
next
guy.
tiebreaker
The
automatically
the
goes to him.
wrestler's going to take the shot.
Take it, tough guy.
Can't get it off.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I can't get it off.
That's a crazy idea. Ask Cole to help you. Sitting right next to you.
You think I'm going to touch that now? I ain't getting the bells.
I want the
I'm a
bells.
fucking animal.
Excuse me.
Are we going college
Kid
football
show.
week 15? What are we doing here?
They couldn't understand it. I can't pronounce my F's anyways.
Did you take your shot yet?
Well, it was cold.
Welcome. It was actually almost frozen. That was the longest.
That was so
We need a new
long.
toilet.
Yeah. Well, starting this week, we'll no longer be doing our money line lock spread and over under for this week because
Well, just in college football.
yeah, well, yeah, just in college football because that's what we're starting with.
Yep.
James, do you want this as a souvenir? This has been good.
Right.
This is good mojito rum right here.
We all know what happens after championship weekend, right? What game is after championship weekend always?
Oh, Army Navy.
Jeez, that took you a
Wow.
while, James. We wanted.
Wait, what do you
we
mean?
wanted-
Why was I the only one that's supposed to
Because I was
answer
Because I
that?
wanted. He
I
was
know you're
looking at you,
looking
and
at
I
me.
wanted you to like Service Academy Unders.
Yep, that's exactly what
No.
we were trying to go for.
What's that? I don't know
What's
what you're
that? I
talking
don't know
about.
what you're talking about. All right, little Army Navy action. What are the
2
lines at?
p.m.
2 p.m.
Saturday.
It's the only game we got.
What's the weather like?
We got.
So we got a high of 67 degrees,
Oh,
low of 43.
Oh,
right
you have
in,
notes
right in the
on this?
mid-afternoon. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Above 55% chance of rain all day, so it's going to be probably raining. Up to a half inch by the end of the night. Winds between 10 and 25 miles per hour, likely
a
right around
huge
10 to
gap.
15. Well, I went morning and night, so throughout the day. The low wind speeds are 10, high wind speeds 25.
Looks like a box.
What about during the game?
I'm guessing right around 15 to 20 would be my average right there.
Gotcha.
We got a waxing gibbous moon.
hell is a waxing gibbous?
It's a growing moon. It's in the third quarter, right before a full moon. I had to look this up, and I actually have some
It's
notes.
when the werewolf starts to grow his hair before he gets
I'm just
the
saying.
claws.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying right here, guys. Navy scores points when there's a waxing gibbous moon.
Okay. What does Army do?
Army's actually kind of hit or miss. So the last 4 times there was a waxing gibbous moon, Navy has gone 34, 34, 21, 21. Army has gone 0, 7, 17, 17.
Okay.
Navy's won 3 out of the last
And
4 of those.
And
And that's-
Army's
I just
7.5
went-
point favorites.
I just
a
went
better
back.
team this year.
I just went back 15 years because that insane stat that we pulled up on Twitter. James, you got it with you?
Yeah. Hold on
Tweet it.
one second.
Put it on our feed.
Okay.
So for the last 15 years, the under is hit in this game.
Like if you would have put
$100 to start, I think,
You
and then
would've
just
had a
kept your
million.
winnings going.
right, you would
It's
have
like
had
$1.7 million.
because Service Academy unders. Are
JMJ,
just-
that was the same thing that Stoy and I were talking to you about for your bets earlier.
Yep.
Service
comp-
Academy under.
No, just the compounding.
under is on a-
compounding your football wins.
The under is on a 15-0 run in the Army Navy game. If you started in 2006 with a $110 bet to win $100 on the Army Navy under and rolled over your winnings each year for 15 years, you'd have $1.8 million in the bank.
Cha-ching!
$110 just on these
The
unders.
fact that there's
Service
probably
Academy
somebody out
unders.
there that's like, oh, hey, I've done something very similar to this. Or they've just like $100, $1,000 every single year. They're like, well, this is a lock. Check.
I'm going to go over.
I mean, this one really shouldn't be close.
The only thing with that is like Army has scored, like Army's averaging 35.5 points a game by themselves.
Army's 8-3 playing solid teams.
Yeah.
Navy's 3-8.
The only thing,
Shouldn't be close.
the only
But
thing
they're
is
competitive. Navy's
the
a
under-
a competitive 3-8.
the under has hit in 54.6% of these guys' games this year. So they're right
It's
at
different
50-50.
when they play against each other.
No, that's just this year. They're playing Army's 5-6 against it, so goes over 5 out of 11 games. Navy's gone over 5 out of 11 games. The under's hitting 54.6%.
Army's won 4.
Army's 6-5 against the spread. this year, and Navy is 7-4 against the spread this
They
year.
won last year 15-0.
15-0.
It was a COVID year, guys.
That doesn't count.
They're in the military. This is
15-0.
15-0.
I want the
15-0.
under.
You're going under?
Yep.
You have it purple, and purple means
I don't
that
know.
makes no damn
I'm
sense.
just so excited.
Purple means lock it in. It's
Lock
royalty.
it in. Give me all the Service Academy unders
That is a royal
all the
under.
time.
It's
At all times.
Like 2017,
wait,
and it's
what?
over. Gosh. Right?
Really?
Yeah. I'll show you a nice SGP for this game, buddy. Lock it in.
Lock it.
Because someone's on a heater.
Lock it in. SGP, single Gary Payton.
What else do you guys have to say about this one?
I think James.
I'm
like,
going
I think
Army money line.
Is it still at 34
Navy
and a half?
spread? Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't look it up. Did you just look it up now?
Uh-huh.
I just
7.5
did this
is
at
what I
like
saw.
3 o'clock. So
Well, lines
So we had-
change.
No, it's still. Everything's still the same. I just changed. Looks everything. We're all good.
Good. I mean, Army's win the game. They're a better team.
Yeah. I'm going Army money line. Navy spread. Under.
you can only pick under once. You can't pick for the
don't we
rest
have
of
an
us.
under?
Selfish.
Under.
Do we have an over button?
Yes.
He does.
You know we do.
Stoy, what do you got?
I'm going Army.
We have any button you want. Just let me know. I'll
Army
make a voice for
over.
it.
This is not good. This should not be
Army,
close.
Army, over.
I mean, close. It'd be like 15-0 again.
Wait, so you
No,
said
but
over?
you know what I mean. Yeah,
Oh.
over. It's going over. It's gonna be, it's gonna be 27,
10?
8, because
Yeah,
they're gonna go for
8 or
2
10,
or something.
yeah.
There's gonna be a safety and he'll miss a PAT or something.
Ryan?
There's just not a lot of points. and I
Ryan?
can't do
Are you
it.
ready? You
Yeah.
need me to do it for you.
No, I am ready.
Do what for him?
This is,
That's
this is
private.
insane to me. I got Army. I got Navy. I got the over. I'm going against the money. The money is on 34 and a half under.
Yeah, because the stats out there. All stats are meant to be broken.
Mm-hmm.
Cole?
Army, Navy, under.
I like that there's some discrepancy here.
So do I. Saturday,
What's
2
the
o'clock.
total, or what's the spread on there
My
that
under
you guys
isn't
have?
purple, but
7
that's
and a
fine.
half.
It's down to 7.
Not on FanDuel. I go off FanDuel.
I couldn't even
You're on
find it.
DraftKings.
Yeah.
It's two
It's
different books,
FanDuel.
Papa.
What?
We go
I
off
couldn't even
FanDuel.
find it on FanDuel.
Really?
Just
That's where I
saying.
found it immediately.
Play by the rules, homie.
FanDuel has them all up fast.
Catchy's
It's
hands.
the other one.
Usually, but like I've been like later in the week, I don't know where.
That little kid didn't know what he was coming into.
It's one single game. So
What's the
7.5.
NFL button?
Tell me you like the Cubs and then walk.
There's
don't
nothing
you,
else to
don't
say
you want
about-
to do your money line lock and spread and your dog?
For college football? There's one.
My dog
Wait,
is
what?
I
Navy.
got my dog.
Wait, yeah, what?
Navy's my dog.
What is? what are we gonna do?
I like
with this?
Navy to cover the spread.
nothing.
No, next. What is?
Next.
Where's the button?
What button? We don't have. What are you talking about?
We don't have an NFL button.
We have Sunday night football, Monday night football.
Oh,
You know
I
this.
do that every week.
Yeah, because
Go.
Chase hasn't put whatever.
What are you doing?
Buttons.
doing.
That's that's what I think of James right now.
What were you trying to hit?
That's what I was trying to.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
What's the first game we're talking about here?
Oh.
That's the toilet bowl game. That's why I
Yeah,
hit
the
button.
Thursday night game. Pittsburgh at Minnesota.
What a dumpster fire of a football
I don't want to
game.
talk about
Oh,
Next.
okay, guys.
What's the next game we could talk about? Next.
You want to talk about this game?
What are you gonna say?
Yeah, Minnesota's going to come back, and Minnesota's going to throttle Pittsburgh.
Come back.
Minnesota's,
It's at 3.
they don't like this. They
If
don't
they
like
fire
this.
that safety, they can come back.
3's a number.
Xavier Woods. That's
Is
a good
that
safety.
who it was?
Yeah.
He's a safety. I thought he was a
Trash.
No.
That was trash.
It was a
defense.
corner. It was a corner that was playing so soft right
I
there.
just want you to explain to me. He
Why it's
already
so
had
trash.
the back of the end zone. Where there was no other spot in his zone for that receiver to go.
was
What
told-
was he thinking?
He was told don't get
What was
beat
going
deep.
through your head in that spot? Don't get beat. He's in the back of the end
No, I was
zone.
talking about prior to the drive, like before that.
okay.
And
So-
it just stopped.
So you're saying
I'm not
and
getting beat deep.
You're saying
I'm not
correct me.
getting
You're saying correct me if I'm
didn't.
wrong.
He didn't.
And maybe
Go ahead.
because I
wanna
played
hear
free.
this
I played
breakdown.
free safety,
'Cause I'm gonna listen
free
to this
safety,
while we
not
listen to you talk
cornerback.
about Iowa over Michigan.
But
Go ahead.
would you, if you're a cornerback in that situation,
Mm-hmm.
are you playing shading him inside and playing man coverage, giving yourself the sideline and the back of the end
I'm
zone?
not letting him run a slant or a curl in front of me.
Jamin
I'll
is-
give him the back end of the end zone.
He can have the
So I'm
corner.
shading, exactly. I'll give him the back corner. I'm shading him in this way. I'm not going to stand in the back of the end zone.
So you just
and
said
let him
exactly
curl
what I
right
was
up in
doing.
front of the end
You
zone
just said
and score a
exactly what I
touchdown.
said.
What?
Shade him inside.
But he
Make
didn't-
him.
he didn't
give
move.
yourself the sideline and give yourself the.
Right, and move forward.
Yes, that's exactly what I
He
said.
didn't move forward.
He retreated.
Yeah, what was he doing?
It was
He
backpedaling.
backpedaled off.
zone.
Yeah.
Was that his first read?
Yeah.
Had to. Have
Well,
been.
I mean, when the ball goes,
He was
in
trying
the
to hit
air,
him with
it's
that
always-
hezzy, okay?
You always got to go backwards first, right?
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's baseball.
That's baseball.
Ah shit.
Shit.
Listen,
Ross
I'm
Baseball
only
season's
so mad
over.
about
Hey, by
this
the way,
because
the Braves won the World Series.
Is he gonna make a spring training team? Maybe.
It was
Right fielder?
bad. It was bad.
awful.
But the Vikings are a better team than Pittsburgh. That's just, it is what it is.
Should have a drink break. I'm almost empty.
The Vikings are
Two of
Babying
us.
it
I'm
because-
drinking water,
Yeah.
so that's what.
better. We can do it right now before we make our picks.
No,
Oh, sorry for trying to be nice. Don't give me that look, homie. Whatever.
it's a sour.
It's hard
Stoy,
to
what's your
break when you're
picks?
live.
What?
Go
We're
ahead.
live.
What's your picks?
Yeah, we'll just
Oh, okay.
Get a drink.
Minnesota money line, Minnesota spread over.
I don't want to.
because it's going to make me physically ill.
The entire game.
Oh, you're gonna. Okay.
Oh, it's under. You can
Yeah.
walk
'Cause
me
it's
into
Thursday?
that one. It's Thursday. It's
night game, and
Minnesota.
both these
It's,
teams
it's
are
Steelers.
Minnesota scores, so
Minnesota
that
poo-poo.
argument right there was doo-doo.
The Vikings
They
score?
both- yeah, both teams.
Yeah, the Vikings score.
This is an over
Yeah.
game.
No, it's an under.
I agree with you. I think it's over.
Okay. What are the rest of your picks, guys? Stoy or Cole? Someone go.
Give me.
Here we go.
Oh, am I going to hedge or am I
All right.
going all the way?
He's
I'm a
not
hedge.
going either.
Minnesota
Somebody
pick.
go. Oh, there you go.
I gotta hedge it. I don't trust it. It's on a number.
So you went Minnesota Pitt under.
It's not 3.5 though.
It's still a number.
I gotta stop going to the
Roethlisberger
car
is
before I
still
come and do
playing
this.
quarterback
Cole, what's
for
going on here, buddy? What do you got?
Oh man, give me Pitt.
Whoa.
Excuse me?
Yeah,
Whoa.
I like me some Najee Harris domination. Cook's still out.
Next game, Dallas.
He's
oh,
now
who's saying it?
bumped
Stoy
to
is?
questionable.
Yeah, but
Story.
Thielen's going to be out.
Thielen's
That's
out,
which
for
is a
sure.
bigger deal.
You want to go? Do you want to talk about this game, or do you want to go get a drinks? Like, just go grab them and pour them.
Just grab them and pour them.
Yeah.
What game are we talking about?
Aren't we live?
Yeah.
We could just take a break like this?
Why can't we?
Cause like,
Hey, fans, we're gonna go.
is anybody
refill.
watching?
Well,
I have
after
no
the
idea.
after
Probably
the
not.
next one, we can go.
Sam's here, so absolutely not.
Yeah, but he can get another drink with us because he definitely needs one.
Well, I have his 4 Roses right next to him.
He's just gonna start drinking out of the
Wait.
bottle.
You let him just have booze there? You didn't bring us any?
Hey. I was trying to show our hospitality.
You are
Are you
hospitable.
gonna get us a drink, or are we just gonna sit
Oh,
here?
I thought you were going to the Giants game because we knew nobody wanted to talk about that.
It's like I'm dealing with rookies.
Are we
here.
having the same?
James, you're a rookie.
Yeah, I mean,
This
it was
your
delicious,
first
was it
week,
not?
guys?
Says the guy was like 45 minutes late.
45 minutes late. Get what in the heezy?
It was at least 30 though.
It's 29.
Can I have my charger, please, Ryan, while you're out there? And
To your computer or your phone?
both. No, just the phone.
Plug it right there to both of them.
Hurry up.
They gone.
Oh, now we can bet some college basketball, actually. Because this game's starting in 8 minutes. Let the heater continue. If I'm not at 1K by tonight, I quit.
You should be at 1K by the next bet.
$17. Yeah, I need $17 to get there. What do I want? I want a little basketball parlay.
Oh. They have insurance on it too. Did you see that? Did you put insurance on your college basketball
Oh, the 4
leg?
plus?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That means I get it back?
No, I think it's if you miss one. Let's see, let me read it. Pre-game paid. Each leg requires minimum odds of 200, negative 200 or more.
So I can't work what I'm doing then? No, I won't give it to
Yeah,
me.
it'll give you it back if
No.
exactly one leg loses.
No, if these odds are too high,
Oh, probably.
yeah,
But I mean, try it anyway.
I want to do it.
What you doing? I tried it last night with like probably a 10 gamer on all the odds that were minus 500 or better, worse, however you would call it.
Yeah.
First game, Florida, minus 1,000.
Florida ruined it.
Gets
The first
they are
game ruined it.
24-point favorites.
Yeah, you
and
see
get
what's
beat by
in there.
15.
You see what's in there, boy?
FIFA 22. Whoa.
Hey,
Trademark rights.
You got chapstick on?
That's how you know.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
Mbappe.
Hey, Sacred Heart.
Borussia Dortmund.
You putting money on Sacred Heart right now? They're playing Rhode Island. That's
the
close.
I don't trust.
I already have money on Sacred Heart.
You put money on Grandview this weekend against
Bios?
Morningside?
Alternate spread.
Shout out Sacred Heart.
Alternate spread. Plus
Alternate spread.
20.5.
Let's talk about these Cowboys. How about them Cowboys?
We're talking about the Cowboys?
Cowboys against the Washington football team.
LaSalle? Isn't that high school?
No, come on. Here we go. Cowboys.
football
Washington
team.
football team. What do you got? Because I already know what I want in this dumpster fire game, too.
It's not a dumpster fire.
So then talk to us. What do
No,
you got?
you tell me what you got. You're
Is it a
ready.
good game?
Oh, well, no.
Okay, cool.
What is it? Cowboys -4?
Yep. The total dropped from 48.5 to 47.5.
So it's not 3.5, so you're fine on it then, right?
Yeah, I like Dallas. Dallas under.
Yep. I agree.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cowboys defense been playing better. Washington football team playing better.
So
It's
my
another
thought
ugly
is
game.
my thought on this, and when we get to the playoffs pieces, they're going to split the rest of the season. So
all of them. I mean, seriously, because that's like
Those
the
two,
last.
those two,
yeah,
ga-
but
those
like
two teams.
Philadelphia, Dallas.
No, I'm
and
just saying
Washington,
Dallas and
Philadelphia, all play each other.
Washington football team. They're going to split.
The rest of the year, they're going to be 500.
No, they're games against each other.
Yeah, that's 500.
Jesus, I'm going to slap the shit out of you.
Jeez, that was rough to
So
listen
now,
to.
do they lose? I mean, that means then Dallas goes and loses at home. Well, kind of like it. I like this stuff.
Dallas losing at home.
Yeah.
Is just, I mean, it's,
Yeah. Now that I say it out loud,
I don't really care if we get home field because we're like our home field is so bad. I don't understand how you build an entertainment complex which gives you no home field advantage.
Okay, so Stoy pick, Ryan pick, someone.
Dallas Washington football team under. James, you looked confused at that.
Yeah, I was for a second because
What's
I
the weather
didn't. You
look
said it
like?
too quick, but I'm smarter than you, so I picked up on it.
That's another skill you don't have me beat on.
You were stupid.
where do they
I
play?
can't wait to be. Stoy, your
What
turn.
city do they play in?
District of Columbia.
Games at Washington Football Team Stadium.
They need a better name.
Stoy, your picks.
Hold on.
Oh,
I said I wanted to see what the weather was.
this game's gonna suck
Jeez,
no matter what.
72 to 47. First of all, that's just ridiculous. 42. A little wet track. That's going to slow down Dallas's run attack. I'm going to go Dallas. Washington football team in the under.
Washington football team likes to run the ball too.
I know. That's why I took the
With
under.
a guy with a fractured shin all year.
Baller.
Yeah, he's a badass.
We're gonna skip this next game,
We
right?
cannot
This is
skip.
a joke.
We have to talk about the Giants
Oh my god.
and the Chargers.
Yeah, I'd say
go
something,
ahead.
James, besides, oh, they stink.
Hey, you want me to start?
What do
or
you want me to say?
do
There's
you
nothing
want
else to
to?
say. They're bad. They're a bad football team.
Daniel
What-
Jones on the road against the spread.
His thing that he's going to say is, well,
And then he had
I know we shouldn't have ever picked Daniel Jones. It was a terrible pick. We should have never taken Saquon Barkley. We needed a quarterback.
Yeah, but they already
Everything
have
he's saying is correct. We don't
No, I
have
don't-
one. Daniel Jones is not good.
him. No, I agree.
Neither are the Giants. So what is there to talk about? They're going to get spanked by the Chargers.
Neither are your
10.5.
boxing skills.
Total's 44.5.
catch those hands, catch them hands.
You know what? Matter of fact, I know what I'm thinking. I'm going Chargers over.
Wow.
He finally,
He
I'm
faded.
done backing the Giants.
he did it.
Done. They stink. I'm done with
I
them.
mean, but have you seen the Chargers? They're all over the map.
Doesn't care. The Giants
are.
stink. Ryan, who you got?
Chargers, Giants, under.
There he is. There's that Giants fan.
Mama
Remember when I
Carey.
said
Shout
that
out
there's a
Mama
lot of
Carey.
unders this week.
Mama
I
Carey
went
is
through our pool pick finally.
Yeah,
a Giants
There's a
fan.
lot of unders.
Right.
Um.
I need to do those still.
Stoyer, Cole, someone.
Well, you got till Thursday, so
Call
you're
me,
good.
call me James.
Chargers,
Sometimes I do it.
G-men.
Don't call me James. I'm not that high. Don't overthink it.
I'm trying to do math.
Yeah, you are
lot of
overthinking.
Each
Don't
other?
overthink it.
Cole, come on. What do you got?
Oh, give me them charges all day.
Okay, what else?
Go Chargers, go. Over.
Okay.
Chargers over.
Next game.
So I'm the only
Another
one that took the under in
dumpster
that
fire.
One? Or did you
This
take
is a
the under?
dumpster
James?
fire.
Just like what?
First of all, Carolina benched their quarterback.
This guy that watches football all damn day is calling all these football games dumpster fires.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're bad.
How are they bad?
They're not good games. That's
division
why they're
game.
bad. It's bad because it's not good.
Oh, it'll be good for the Falcons.
I mean, your logic was spot on right there.
Fire their offense coordinator. They
did.
sit Cam Newton.
Yeah, you got-
CMC's
you got-
out.
You got PJ coming.
You got
in.
PJ coming.
XFL PJ coming up.
Yeah, and they're still the favorites. I don't understand how Carolina's a favorite. So you can give me Atlanta, and under.
Has everything to do with Carolina's defense and nothing to do with anything they're doing on offense. Did you see the pass rush stat that you posted on Atlanta?
Is that bad?
Yeah,
Yes, I think it's bad.
I mean, it's
I
not
feel
good.
more comfortable
bad?
against
Is
the
that bad?
Falcons pass rush than I do against the flag football pass rush.
did you,
Okay.
but did you
Sometimes
see our
the
stat
flag
for
football pass
Did you
rush
see
is-
the
is
stat I
fire.
My point.
Did you see the tweet I did
not
on
get
Sunday?
any time to throw the
Falcons
ball.
won on their defense. They're the only defense in the league
No
to
time.
give up 0 40-yard
Like
plays.
Vince,
Yeah.
too.
How the hell do you have no pass rush and give up 0
It's
40-yard
because you
plays?
dropped 11 into coverage.
Might as well.
That's what
I feel like
had
we'd be
to
more.
have- based on
Games
the
would be
charts that I
closer.
saw. You have to be dropping 11 in coverage.
Falcons are down here. The rest of the NFL's over here.
I just didn't. I mean, some of
How
that
do you not
graph
get a
didn't make
pass
any
rush?
sense. Like there was teams that were getting like, oh, they did a great job on 80% of their. They won, but they were under league average. It's like then you didn't win.
Right. Well, it's winning one their battles. They just suck against the league.
But you just didn't get to the guy that you were supposed to.
Yeah.
Oh, beat.
Yeah.
It's like
we were close.
It's like if he picked his guy up and body slammed him every play, but didn't go get the quarterback. Like, well, then did you really win?
No. But
Get
It's
the
like
ball.
It's like
you got
Pee-wee-
to get
It's
the
like
ball.
Ryan,
Pee-wee
who you got?
football games.
Falcons
They
are in the
push
playoff
'em.
hunt
Ryan, who you
because
got?
the Vikings
Get
lost.
outta here.
Atlanta under.
Yeah, boy.
Cole,
They're
what you
getting
got?
hunted. No, give me those Panthers, baby.
Both sides?
Yes, sir.
And what on the total, sir?
I don't see a ton of points there.
I think the Falcons. I think the Falcons are doing like the
Oh, not a
Pee-wee
Sunday night football button.
field goal defense where they can just put their hands up
Excuse
and
me.
they can't rush.
Why does it do that?
I don't know, Chase. You've got to
Chase,
do better.
Our toilet.
we're going to have
flush
to
is
add you
longer
to
than
the
that.
dumpster fire list, Chase.
I need that. I need it a little longer.
Toilet flush is
Make
longer
it a
than that.
little longer.
Way long.
Chicago, Chicago's traveling to Green Bay. Green Bay, 12.5-point favorites. Totals at 44.
This is gonna be close for no.
Yeah.
You're welcome. That's when Sunday Night Football ends.
That's like when you go to. That's like when you go to your grandmother's house and she's like, "Hey, honey, you gotta hold down the flusher before it refills.
Is
It
that what
won't
happens
flush."
in Jessup?
You gotta hold
Yeah.
it. Hold it all the way
water
down.
out there.
Water in Jessup?
They got outhouses.
There's meth. There's no water in Jessup.
Hey,
No
that's
water.
that's a few miles north of
And by
us.
yards. Is
You
what
got to
we
go
need
to the well. You, just don't
You
know
got
where the
some.
well
You
is.
got
Less than a
somebody.
football
You
field
got
away to
somebody
get the
underneath
meth.
with a 5-gallon bucket saying, "Hey, hold that one. Pinch that one off, so they can dump out the rest of the
Whoa,
bucket,
whoa,
so they
whoa,
can come back."
All
So
right.
James J, do you
Whoa,
think? Hey,
Back to the Bears Packers
James J,
game.
Packers best team in football?
Yeah, I agree.
No,
No.
That was not a. That was
Oh.
not like something to agree with. It was a question to you. Are they the best team in the league?
Oh, I say yeah.
Why?
Because they have AA Ron.
A round,
Double A, Ron.
double A round.
They got Aaron. They got Aaron. The other Aaron. They got Devontae. Defense playing better.
Got some
Who are you
edge
going to say? The
rushers.
Vikings are better than them?
I mean, they beat them, but
Oh,
no.
here we go.
I'm absolutely not going to say.
Here we
I'm
go.
absolutely not going to say
Let's
that.
hear
What
this
I'm going to
take.
say is the
Give us
team
his
that's
hot take.
the
That's
team
gonna
that's
say more,
playing.
right? Ryan's hot take.
Cole will agree with me.
Go
right
ahead,
now.
Cole. Agree with this
Sorry.
stupid take.
The
we're
best
gonna hear.
team in the NFL right
Yeah.
now, based off of how they're playing,
Yep.
is the New England Patriots.
Did he just steal your?
Okay.
Did he just?
If
You
New
just
England
copy what you've
plays
been saying
in Green
for
Bay,
weeks.
I'm taking
Well,
Green
He
Bay.
finally got on the train.
If Green Bay goes New England, still taking Green Bay.
No, which team can run the football?
Well,
Which team can hand the ball off
as we just watched, not even 24 hours ago, it
44
was the
times
Patriots.
out of 47 and win an NFL football game.
It was you're not going to do that the game.
You guys did it at Valley.
Which team can do
Because
it?
we had 2 All-State running backs.
Which team
did
can
not
do it?
2 All-State running backs.
You didn't win the state championship.
We don't got to. We got to.
Derrick Henry,
Tough there.
a Derrick Henry team, a Jonathan Taylor team, and the New England Patriots. Those are the 3 teams in the NFL that could have pulled that off.
Absolutely.
I personally think that the New England Patriots are playing like the best team in football right now.
We don't always have to agree, right?
Here's the problem with the Patriots.
I hate you like a
But
brother.
we all can agree. Though, 'cause we're on the game. We'll get to the
As
playoffs.
soon as the
and
game
best
gets
team.
inside the New England Patriots,
Yeah.
I think their luck changes a little bit.
I agree.
Which
But we
is
all
why I
can
like the
agree that the
Cardinals.
Bears are not good at football.
dumpster fire.
Who they got? They got Dalton.
They got Dalton.
They got a dumpster
Is Fields
fire.
coming back this week?
The Red Rocket.
Does it matter?
My dog gets those.
I just like the ass.
Just like
We gotta
that.
provide some
Right?
context.
Context. All right, Fields is not good. I don't care what any Bears fan says. Fields is not good. Should not have picked him. He needs years
Stoy.
in an O line.
Stoy.
What?
Was Justin Fields? This question can actually be asked to everybody in this room. Even you, Sam. His name's Sam.
Yes.
I
Yes.
remember that too.
Well, you know
That's
that
impressive.
Sam
He's
is-
got a terrible
Sam
memory.
is-
No,
Swanson-
Mama, I
Swanson-
don't.
Keep going.
What's the question?
Was Justin Fields a good
Oh,
quarterback
there we
in
go.
college
No, no.
football?
Yeah, there you go. Right,
Yeah,
I love you.
He was.
Was Justin
For
Fields
one
a good
game.
quarterback at
Okay.
Ohio State?
One game.
Was Justin
Overall.
Fields good at college?
One
in
game.
college. So one game he was. Why did we think that would make him better in the NFL? Why did anybody think that? I'm confused.
have
Even
no
all these Bears fans like, oh, we got Justin Fields. You're so nasty.
Dude,
he
the-
wasn't good in college.
I know.
Why would he be good in the NFL?
I
It
was
makes no
actually-
sense.
So I was thinking about that game against Clemson this weekend when I was watching the Alabama game because I'm like, okay, was Alabama just like phenomenal
Right.
for one night? Was Michigan phenomenal for one night type of thing against Ohio State type of thing? Because Justin Fields in that game made 5 plays that were absolutely elite NFL type of drop back, stand in the pocket, deliver a freaking bullet against tight coverage on the money.
That doesn't.
And
And
2
stand
after
in and
he
take
was
it.
knocked out.
Right.
He came back.
And so, yes, that one game, but that's why I say, like, I go look at that Alabama game and I'm like, okay, take a step back. Like, now as I look forward, we'll talk about that as we move forward. But, like, so the answer is no, because, like, you look at him against, like, Indiana the same year, he threw, like, 4 interceptions, was terribly awful. And so, like, inaccuracy doesn't really leave you. So if you're inaccurate, you're always going to be inaccurate.
Cam Newton, always inaccurate. Can get hot, but
I mean, Josh Allen's the only one who's kind of reined it in.
right.
So I like,
because he has an absolute cannon.
well, right, but so I mean,
The
so
only
does
thing,
Fields.
the only thing that I think the Bears were probably looking at is we're getting away from maybe this stay in the pocket, don't be mobile quarterback that just stays in the pocket and throws the ball or throws the ball away. We're getting away from that, and Justin Fields isn't that dude. He creates action with his legs, and that's probably the only reason I think the Bears are like, maybe we get ahead of the game, or maybe
Yeah, but it's not their offensive scheme.
regardless,
The offensive scheme is
he
front center.
is
Drop back.
regardless, Justin Fields this year should have been used how Trey Lance was being used at the beginning of the year for the Niners. He should have been running read options inside the red zone, inside the 10, and making plays happen there, not as a pocket passer throwing the ball downfield. No, run bootlegs, get him out of the pocket, run an RPO if you have to, but you can't sit here and try and run a pro-style offense with a quarterback like Justin Fields.
Right, but like, let's not act like the best team in the NFL who has a rookie quarterback right now, according to you. That rookie quarterback would not be good in Chicago either.
He'd be better.
Would he?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He'd
Okay,
be
so
better.
Mac Jones is only good because he has Bill Belichick.
Still wouldn't be good though.
You get at Mac Jones' feet. Mac Jones.
Sam, what do you
confidence
think?
Mac Jones.
Sam's pointing fingers over here.
Zach Wilson is terrible in New York.
I'm saying
you put him
they'll
in
be bad,
New England,
but they'll be better than Fields.
yeah, but you
I
know,
don't know that that's true because I don't think Mac Jones can evade a defender
Mike Jones.
like Justin Fields can.
Because he doesn't
He's
have
not
to.
wrong.
The ball's out of his hand.
So he has an option to make a play.
yeah,
He
but
does-
you gotta have
he does
somebody
have a
open
quicker
to
release.
throw it to.
Skinny fat body. Getting ready to
No,
toss
you're not
the ball,
wrong.
he's
The
getting
cigar
crushed because
just
there's no goddamn offensive
A picture of him with his cigar in his
I love
Yeah.
That reminds me.
most.
That's Tom Brady combine picture.
I think Justin Fields is bad, and I think Mac Jones, especially where he's at, has a higher upside.
yeah, because you
But-
got Bill.
Just look at his
Justin
coach.
Fields is
He's
making
got
the most
Bill.
that any rookie quarterback is going to make out of the situation he's been given because he has the God-given talents to make up for the lack of a line.
Yeah.
Like, guys, we could be the Bears' offensive line and probably do better.
I
I'm not
just
a
don't.
solid center.
He wasn't good at
Snap
Ohio
that bitch.
State.
Tap that shit out.
I'm cutting
He's not a
everybody.
good quarterback, and I don't think
He wasn't good at Ohio
I'm
State.
100% a pulling guard.
Okay. I can agree to that, but he's just not a good quarterback. Can
No.
we agree on that?
quarterback.
Okay, thank you.
Ryan, what's your
Oh,
pick?
exactly. He's a Cam Newton.
Oh yeah, for this game.
He's a Cam Newton. to
I
me.
like
Right?
He's better. He's
Packers
more accurate
money
than
line.
Cam.
Yeah, but Cam's bigger, I
Bears
think,
to
would
cover,
would
and I think
Well, he is surviving.
yeah.
though.
You got the what?
Packers
Excuse
money
me?
line. Bears to cover.
Hey,
What kind of moon we got in Chicago?
It's 12 and a
this weekend?
half.
the same moon as
12 and a half.
Nope, that's
No,
not a
it's
number.
a
So
different
what's
moon.
what's
It's
your
closer
logic
to a
here?
full moon.
It's just
That's
a lot
Sunday.
of points in the NFL.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that because it's the NFL.
It's a lot of points in the NFL.
and it's
That's
Sunday
what-
night.
Aaron
right.
Rodgers
division game.
loves to beat that ass.
He does.
and he likes to win by a lot, and he likes to do all this crap. And
With-
he's at
especially
home
with the
He's at
Bears.
home- He's at
That's
home
why
in
I'm
prime
taking the
time.
over.
He's at home in prime time, and you think he's gonna let Chicago Bears and Justin Fields come into his house
He's got a bad
and make
toe.
this game close?
He's
Be
got a
like
bad
29
toe.
degrees.
Packers.
Perfect weather for
Packers.
Amon.
Bears. Over.
Okay, don't hand shoot me
You know,
when I'm.
sprinkle it. What's the salt guy's name?
I am.
Salt Bay.
I am Salt
It's
Bay.
Salt
baby.
Bay.
He's salt bay.
What do you got, Cole?
Give me the pack. Give me.
That's a lot of points.
It is, but yeah,
You guys are
no. It's
mean.
2 touchdowns.
It's just like, come on,
Pack.
guys, you're
No,
overthinking this.
I just don't know.
The Vikings also should have beat the
What is it,
Lions by 2
44?
touchdowns.
Yeah, and what,
That's-
no, I have way more
that's-
faith in the 12.5-point favorite
Like-
Green Bay and a 7-point
30-14.
favorite Minnesota.
30-14 is
27-17
yeah,
doesn't get me there. 27-14 gets me to the under.
right. It's tough to get above it.
27-13, yeah, it's under.
It's really tough to get
I
above
like.
it.
Under.
Oh, thank you. My God.
Under.
Under.
Guys,
I mean, it's a
purple.
division. It's a divisional game. 61% of the time it hits after
overthinking.
week 10.
Did you say a spread pick, sir?
No, I didn't.
Because you want to say Chicago. You just said
I
that's a lot of
do.
points. Yeah, I know you
It
did.
is.
Hey, he's
Next.
got a lot of
It's
really
the
good.
division.
He's got a lot of really good friends that wear Bears outfits.
To be fair, I have a lot of Packers too. I'd prefer a tie.
Honestly, he looks at
so I
this
can talk
face and
shit
sees
to
me take the
everybody.
Chicago. He,
But
he
no,
saw
I've
me
gotta
take
go Green
Chicago
Bay.
in the spread. He looked at my face and he's like, "Okay." He's kind of guilting me into this. Let's pick this, guys.
Yeah, we're going Green Bay.
Oh,
Because they're just we don't know who's starting at quarterback. One, and if it's Fields, it's not going to be close. If it's Dalton, it's not going to be close. So
all right.
I don't think it matters.
yeah. I don't
Oh, that's
think
what
it
you
is.
said.
Yeah. The green one.
Rams traveling to Arizona to take on the Cardinals.
Now this one should be a good game.
So the
Should.
spread has, I mean, yes, the point spread has gone down from 3 Arizona to 2.5 Arizona. The total's at 51.5.
51.5.
I'm starting on this.
Go ahead.
This is Cardinals own Rams. Give me Cardinals.
You're supposed to start like talking about the game.
No. We don't need to
Go
talk about
ahead.
this game.
Get right in it.
Kyler Murray
Get right
is-
in it. I like when I like to get right in it.
That pass rush doesn't phase him because he gets rid of the damn ball.
Shout out, Mama. Go ahead.
Cardinals, 51.5 is. Ooh, that's a good line.
He's going to say over. Watch him. That's why I typed it in. Watch him.
Watch him.
Just watch him.
Late cover over.
Yeah, I told you. Ryan, what do you got, chump?
You know what it is? It's a Rams garbage touchdown cover.
Slav
Yeah,
love
probably.
chunk.
Which Matt Stafford is the most prolific garbage.
He's such garbage touchdown, Matt Stafford.
Bingo.
Give me Kirk Cousins over that guy. We talked about that last week.
Any day now.
I think now that it moved down, I got Arizona
Away.
under.
Stats don't lie.
I think you're saying that backwards.
Arizona
That means the
under.
money's coming in towards the Rams.
It's fine. He turns the ball over too much.
The
He's on a
money
good
is-
team now. It still
he's
turns the
You know
ball
what
over
that
too
means,
much.
right?
Money is
do.
going.
I know, but it moved under that number.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. It
I
moved under
get
that
you now.
number.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes. Arizona
I was
under.
like-
It's a divisional under.
I'm sorry. That doesn't.
I was so confused.
This is my one.
You know what it is?
Divisional
Cardinals
non-under.
bitch slap. That's what's about to happen.
Go ahead, Stoy.
Yeah, it's cards under.
It's the circle of life in the
Much to say
NFC
about
West.
that.
Do I need to repeat the circle, James?
Money line lock.
Money line lock.
Mine for this
that was
week
almost
James,
a
did you already
blue
pick
lock?
yours?
is
Look at
mine.
me.
What?
Did you already take your picks for this week
goodness.
on that game?
Yeah,
I didn't
Arizona,
hear you.
Arizona
Fake
under.
Cole.
That's
Okay.
fine. You're
Money
welcome.
line lock.
You are welcome.
My money line lock, minus 200 or better, is the Dallas Cowboys, minus 194.
Screw you.
Next, Ryan.
Minnesota minus 164.
God, I hope they get beat by 4 touchdowns.
Dallas? That's pretty bad to
Cole or Stoy.
talk
who
about
you
your
got?
own team that way.
Give me those Cardinals.
Ooh.
What are they? You don't know, do you?
They are minus
Minus
142.
Okay, thank
Minus
you, guys.
153.
Do I follow or do something different?
That's why I
Where's your
had-
heart taking
I
you?
had the Cowboys,
Always
so
follow
I
your
had
heart.
to- Don't follow your heart.
Always follow your heart.
Something else out there.
This is
I want to jump back on the boys train,
Always
but
follow
Give me
your
some.
heart.
No, give me something sneaky.
give me the Bucks.
The who?
Bucks over the Bills,
Who's
174.
New England play?
their
That's what I
big
should
favorite.
be.
They have a bye this week.
They're on a bye.
Well, they're gonna win for
They're in
sure.
a bye
then.
this week.
Spread lock.
Give me them.
My spread lock for this week is the 49ers plus 1.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be tough for them to win that.
Yeah,
It's the
Bengals.
Bengals at Bengals. That's tough.
Mm.
So you're just looking
After
for a
Bengals
tie.
got-
too.
I don't like
Jekyll and
it.
Hyde
I don't like
teams.
anything else. There's nothing else up here I like.
My Falcons plus 2.5.
No. I don't like that. You do.
What are you doing?
My Falcons plus 2.5.
Doing for what?
The spread lock.
Spread lock.
That's a lock.
Yeah, because they're gonna win.
Is your lock broken?
No, they're gonna win.
Go,
Hey, money's
Ryan
on
or
it, too.
Cole.
God, I can't even follow that.
But you start to follow the money.
I don't even care where the money's at. Hey, give me those charges. Go Chargers, go.
At 10.5?
You have to beat that ass. Yeah, beat that giant ass
Probably.
all the way back to New York. That's a long.
New York.
You know how long the Giants been traveling for so damn long? They don't even know where the hell they are right now.
They even travel
Sorry.
when they're at home.
Miami,
Danny
somewhere
Dimes likes
else.
to be on the
They
road.
travel when they're at home.
Dude,
Ryan, what do you
going to
got?
They don't
London.
know where
Danny
they're going
Dimes likes to be on the road because he gets hazed so bad in New York.
because he's not good.
The dude's got
Say
too
it
many
again, Stoy, a
concussions
little
to even
louder.
know
He's
anymore.
not good.
Bang, bang, bang.
My spread lock, and the money is actually on this, is the Bears plus 12.5 against the Packers.
Jesus.
Bears are playing who?
Sure, stay in the same division.
The Packers.
Oh, I thought the Packers had practice this weekend. Sorry.
Well, it
My
is-
over-under lock is Pitt versus
They
Minnesota.
didn't want to get injured in practice, so they brought the Bears in. It's fine.
Hit Minnesota.
Pitt, Minnesota under 43.5. That's my over-under lock.
You're an idiot.
Give me Houston, Seattle, 41.5 over.
40 what?
1.5, 41.5. Like, Seattle's not all of a sudden good at defense, and
No,
Houston's
not good at defense either.
So, I mean, that's an ugly game. But like,
I got
it's
Saints
over
versus the
41.5.
Jets under 43.5.
It's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. Oh, nope, it's whatever. Give me Raiders Chiefs under 48.5.
Chiefs unders, bud.
Mm-hmm.
Although
Money's
the
on
Raiders,
'em.
the
Money's
Chiefs-
on it.
Raiders
A
thing?
few weeks ago.
What's the
Well,
Raiders?
because the Raiders played terrible.
Oh, Las Vegas.
Except for the one week
Say
when
it
they
again,
scored.
you
And you're
want
like, oh, against Denver?
He's
No, just
got the
in the
Raiders
Chiefs.
Chiefs under 48.5.
Specifically in the Chiefs game.
Under 48.5.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Chiefs defense is playing pretty well. They're not going to give up 30.
Money line dog plus 200 worse. I mean, there's not really many choices. This is gross.
There's actually a lot of choices, just none of them that you like.
Raiders.
Like, there's
no
a lot
good
of
ones.
opportunities. No, I understand. I'm just saying
Oh.
there's a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, I'm going to take Houston plus 285.
Texans.
I don't know what else to take.
Damn it.
I
I
know.
should've picked that
It's
one.
like
Just
it's
I don't-
at Houston. Seattle's coming off of a win that they weren't expecting, and Seattle's going to go right back to the dumpster.
I'm baking this on. There's nothing else to take.
Because
right?
they're in it. Seattle's like now in the playoffs, and this
right,
is when
and now
they'll
they're going
shit it.
to. I like.
Are you going to
yeah.
take the Raiders over the Chiefs?
No.
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 Are you going to take the Jags over the
You know
Titans?
who I'm going to take?
You're going to take the Jags over the
No,
Titans?
I'm going to take Lions over the Broncos, baby. Let's go 2 in a row.
Get hot.
Plus 300.
So I
Get
saw
hot.
something on Twitter that showed that there's
The Lions, no Teddy
aren't
B.
are not completely eliminated. Obviously, a lot of teams have to lose and whatnot.
Everybody.
But, like, obviously they have to win every game.
Yeah.
So, as of this week now, winning, everybody lost that needed to last week. So, still in the hunt.
Still in the hunt.
With a possible 6-win season, 6-11 playoff
Ryan
team
or Cole, who you
possibility.
got?
Give it to me till they play the Falcons.
I also got the Texans plus 285.
Thank you.
Give me some other options. I want to go with somebody else. That's who I have too, but
Okay.
I'm ready to.
I
You have the
get- I get
Giants
you.
plus 410.
Nope.
The
You have
Jags
the
plus
Bears
350.
plus 500. You have the Jags plus
350.
350. You have the Raiders plus 360.
That game's at Kansas City, though, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Again, your choices are very limited this
You
week.
can pick the Bears.
Go ahead, pick the Bears.
The thing is somebody. Here's the thing.
Yeah, one of
Someone's
them's going to
getting
happen.
upset.
One of
right.
them's winning.
We're just
But
gonna be
which one
wrong.
is it?
Give me those Jags, baby.
Oh, Wilson, I'll pick. Oh,
sound like a
well,
Jaguar?
Ryan, you should pick another one too.
Why? Because you went first?
Might as well pick them all.
Mine's-
Is there 4 of them?
Mine's in
Yeah, I
writing.
think there is.
Just go ahead, take the fourth one.
Mine's in writing.
What's it matter?
The Raiders? Yep.
Mine's in
What does
pen.
it
Yours is
matter?
in pencil.
Because he's putting money on it. Don't you put money on these?
Me?
Yeah, we're
On
supposed
these in the
to.
bottom? No.
Yeah, we're supposed to take these as a parlay. We'll hit it one.
What's the
Cole hit
Jags?
it once, but I don't think you
Jacksonville.
bet on it that week.
What's that?
You hit one. You had all 4 in one of these weeks.
Yeah, that was the one week that I actually thought they were gonna win.
Yeah, but
This
you
is the
bet
only
on
dog
that.
that's at
Did you
home.
put up all
That's
4 of
why.
those in a
That's
row?
why I like it.
That was the only
Houston?
time. That was like
It's
the
only
one
dog
week
at home.
I don't
That's why
like
I
it at
like
all.
it.
There's
I
just
know.
no other.
before
not
I
many
ran
choices.
out. Before I was all out of money.
I don't think the Texans are going to win either. But well,
Hey, I think Detroit will sneak up on the Broncos.
I mean that's a.
That's no, honestly, of all of them, I think that's the closest one.
I don't disagree.
Why?
Ryan, take us out. I don't care. Your face is broken.
It's not out. We're talking about playoffs, baby.
Playoffs.
Playoffs.
What playoffs?
So literally the whole point to this show is talking about NFL playoffs in the machine that we've been messing with. Have you ever messed with the NFL playoff machine?
I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Do you need to leave?
Yeah, because I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you going to coach?
No, it's too late for that.
Oh, okay.
But I just don't know what you're talking about. What NFL playoff machine?
Go to ESPN. They have a playoff machine where you can basically
We're going to
pick
talk
who you think is
about
going to win
the playoffs.
the rest of the
I
time.
can't believe you've never played this machine.
Yeah, it's so fun.
It is.
The reason
It's
It's so
James doesn't
addicting.
play this machine is because the Giants.
Are
Stink.
ever in the machine? Yeah, they are. You have to pick
James
if they win or lose. It's
James
really
likes
easy.
soccer more than NFL. That's why.
We just saw the FIFA game that I brought in. Of course he does.
So
FIFA
we're not.
22?
I mean, we got 5 games left. So
Needs to get home
there's
to that man cave.
there's a few weeks left. So we've highlighted the games this week that have implications, and obviously Ryan and I dealt with this.
Every
a lot.
game still has implications. No one is mathematically eliminated.
The Bears, Packers, this
Including
week,
the
I'm
Lions.
so confused right now. What's
we're
happening?
talking about NFL playoffs. We're starting to talk about NFL playoffs
But
because
like, whose idea was this?
Hey,
like,
are
wouldn't
you-
it make sense to tell the whole team about something like this? Probably.
we
but we're
did.
live, so I don't care. We're live. Who cares,
we
right?
did talk about.
No, we
this?
did not.
Yes, we did.
You missed the message.
I must not been in that group
Cole-
chat.
Because Cole was like, "Hey, we have this one game," and I said, "This is what we're talking about."
Don't
So-
you remember that?
No.
Clearly, he doesn't.
You know what?
Okay, well, game number one.
I forgive you
Yes.
because you were doing manual labor.
Game number one. We didn't want to talk about it earlier, but it still needs to be talked about because both of these teams, this is kind of a, not necessarily, it's more of a must-win team on one side, but the Pittsburgh versus Minnesota game, it has big implications.
for both
Minnesota
teams.
more so. Minnesota needs to win that game more than Pittsburgh needs to win that game.
So
But
here's my question though: is like, do we care? And not in a bad way.
I do.
I'm just saying, like, no, I know, but like, do you?
The Vikings fan,
Like the Vikings fan in you says yes, but like, doesn't the heartbreak in you just not want to get your heart broken in the playoffs? I mean, that's not sorry.
I
that
mean,
sounds bad, but
let's
like,
go to the playoffs.
I mean, even as a Cowboys
get paid
fan,
more.
I am.
I'd rather go to the playoffs and lose
lukewarm
than
on them
miss the
getting
playoffs.
to the playoffs this year.
I'd rather go to the playoffs and
I mean,
lose than miss the playoffs. That's just
It's
who
been
I
so
am.
long that no, but like I've just learned to harness expectations for 25 years.
I'm
So
a Falcons
therefore,
fan. I clearly understand that, but
yeah, but
I can
would
agree
still
to
like
that.
the Super Bowl recently, at least.
I can agree to that. I can agree to that to a certain degree because so you say the heartbreak, and I get it. I've seen it time and time again this year.
Right.
But at the same time, every single game that Minnesota's played in, I can't count them out. So if they make the playoffs,
Yeah, but
I don't
that
know
makes
that
it
I can get them
worse.
out. No, it doesn't. I'd rather make the playoffs and lose in the playoffs than not make
Well,
the
that's
playoffs.
like, do you like the Cubs too?
Fuck no.
Oh, that sounds like a Cubs fan, a Vikings fan, and
It's
an
number
Iowa
2 for
Hawkeyes
him.
fan.
2 F-bombs.
I'm
close.
a Vikings fan.
Yeah.
I'm a Dodgers fan, and
Well,
I am a Coastal Carolina fan, baby.
Can we cancel this?
give me Jamie Chadwell.
Can we
brought it
cancel him?
back.
Let's cancel him.
Why,
So-
why are you gonna cancel the chance?
Hey,
They're winning. They're winning NCAA baseball titles.
it.
They're
So next-
blowing people out.
Done.
So, Pitt, Minnesota. Minnesota loses, and their train getting in is not great.
No, they have to. Minnesota has to
Go
basically
4-1.
go 4-1
Yep.
in the last 5 games, and if they lose this game, that number significantly
And they beat the
decreases
Packers.
very fast.
Pittsburgh's not getting in with a loss either. They might not even get in with a win.
There's the NFC. The NFC's harder to get in than the AFC is.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because the AFC is weaker.
Right, but that division, I mean, with the Browns and Ravens.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
They-
you're not
they-
gonna be the third team in that
Who
division.
does that playoff machine? Are the Titans the number 1 seed right now?
No, Patriots.
No, Patriots are.
Okay.
Yep.
When we were messing
Our
around before,
Belichickians.
we were messing around before this game last night. That's
Yeah,
why it was.
that's why.
And the Titans were the number 1 seed. Like that's why I'm saying it's easier to get in the AFC than it is in the NFC.
Not really. Pittsburgh, they win this. Well, I can't get rid of that button. Anyways, they're 6-5. Cincy 7-5. Baltimore. I mean, they're in it. They're still
No, right. That's
that
I'm
division.
saying. Oh yeah, even if they
Cleveland
lose.
6-6.
Even if they lose, they're still there.
So I mean, but it's much bigger over here because now you go 5-8, and look at all these teams that are ahead of them.
Yep. No,
It's
that's true.
it's
I see
it's
what you're
worse
saying.
for the Vikings.
Yep.
As we go, Dallas, Washington, both in right now.
Dallas is going to win that.
Much
division.
bigger for Washington. Clearly,
Right.
they got to stay ahead. They've got the tiebreaker against the Falcons. They're ahead of the Vikings as of right now. Do they have the tiebreaker against? Did you guys play the Washington football team?
They haven't yet. They've got 2 games left.
Do you play the Vikings?
No.
Okay. And then obviously with San Fran sitting in the 7 seed
Right.
currently.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, to me, San Francisco is the weakest in the playoffs.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just not a team that you want to play.
But
mean,
you
the
don't wanna
Vikings?
play, exactly.
I mean, that's the whole NFL right now, though. Is like when you come to playoff contenders,
I don't want to play Green Bay. I don't want to play Arizona.
like Tampa.
Tampa's.
Sure, I'll take my chances.
I'll take
LA,
my chance. Yeah.
the Rams. I'll take
Dallas, of
either
course.
one, Chargers or Rams. I'll take my chances.
That's where I'm saying
Titans, I'll take my chances.
Absolutely.
But like those are like they're just grinders though, so
Yeah.
you don't really want to play them. Bills, I don't really want to play them.
No, unless it's windy and
Right,
And
but
you know
like
how to
none
run
of
the
those.
ball.
I mean,
there's very few teams like you said that I don't want to take my chances. I don't want to see them at all.
there's not really any
so back to what you said.
just dominant teams that like everybody's
Dallas-
just kind of scrappy.
Does Dallas take the East?
Yes, 8-4.
Let's see. They got Washington this week. You have them as a win.
Mm-hmm.
Then they
Play Washington twice, I think.
the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well that's obviously a win.
Next.
Next is Washington again.
Mm-hmm.
So do they split or you go 2-0?
It doesn't matter.
That matter?
Yeah,
That
Go
really,
worst case and say
Right.
they lose. That's fine.
And then what do you got? The Cardinals. That'll be
And
a
you got
loss.
Cardinals and Eagles.
And then Eagles.
Yeah, but I think at that point
This one
the
won't matter.
Cardinals might have
A rat.
they
Well,
might be 13-2 with 2 games left, and they could have it the number 1, and they're going to bubble wrap Kyler Murray at
absolutely.
that point. So
and throwing
as they should.
Who's their backup? Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy, baby.
Colt McCoy.
which they're
I like
not
it.
they're never bad with him, but I mean to me you're just not playing anybody the last 2 weeks.
absolutely.
So if
Absolutely.
you get to 13-4
Next game
as
this
them,
week
you-
we
you're the
had
number 1 seed. So
and the reason we put it on here, Atlanta, Carolina, is because the Vikings lost. And now that puts Atlanta in a spot where if they go 4-1, they're in almost in any scenario.
Had the Vikings beat the Lions, it drastically takes that down.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
They have way more avenues. And with the Falcons, their schedule isn't obviously they got the Panthers, which you guys don't like, but I think they'll go beat
I
them.
like it.
The Niners, we always play very well in San Francisco. They'll probably get blown out, but this game, the way San Francisco's been playing, you just don't know. They need that one because next week it's the Bills or the Lions, which I think they'll win, Then it's the Bills, which they're not getting that. That's the one loss almost guaranteed
Is that at Buffalo?
at Buffalo.
Buffalo hasn't been playing well at home. I just don't see Atlanta going on the road in cold weather and winning a game,
Exactly.
Right.
My only other thing is where's Buffalo in the playoff
Right.
hunt at that point too?
which is desperate all the way through.
Exactly.
Not necessarily desperate, but like half needs to win those
And
games.
then week 18, we're at home against the Saints, and the Saints aren't good.
No.
So it's not highly probable by any means.
How many
but
wins
they
do you
have
need?
it. 4.
You need to go
Four,
4-1.
4 if you don't need help.
4 out of 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see you
And-
winning
and it
3
forces-
of those games.
Yeah.
Is unfortunate.
3, and people got to lose, and now we're
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
that, that
Mhm.
that,
What
that
if?
game. Yeah.
Now you sound
But
like,
I'm
now you sound
happy-
like Ryan.
Right. I'm happy to be in a spot. It's December, and we're playing for something that
No.
matters,
Yeah. But you guys are so bad.
like a 14.
He enunciates
a
his
14,
words better than I do.
We'll
That's
be
fine.
picking in between 14 and 18 again, of course.
But you talk like your team plays, which is fine. Stoy talks confidently in a team that's garbage. So,
Oh, they're garbage?
Fair.
yes. The Falcons?
Okay.
Did you see the Cowboys-Falcons game?
I did.
You want that team in the NFC?
Oh, they're not
playoffs?
good. They're just an average team.
Average?
Oh yeah, O-line's below, like negative,
Mm-hmm.
and the D-line is we've already talked about it. Might as well be
where do you
playing-
win football games in the playoffs?
Oh, I'm not saying they're winning.
In the trenches, baby.
We didn't say we're winning. We're saying getting to.
You just
the
called them
playoffs.
average, though. That was like the best thing you could ever call them.
If they played the Bucks again in the playoffs, would be their best shot, in my opinion, just because they know them. That'd be it. Last is obviously the Rams Cardinals. That one's way bigger for the Rams, obviously, than the Cardinals. The Rams have a tough slate. They've got the Cardinals. They end up where the hell did I go? Then they got Seattle, which is
We
Seattle
say
the
that
Rams.
Rams
busters?
has the. We say that the Rams have Seattle's number,
Right.
but
Right.
you never know.
So they could lose those two right there. Then they play the Vikings, which I think they'll beat them, but still not an easy matchup.
Mm-mm.
I
Where's
mean,
that game at?
The Vikings.
In Minnesota.
Then they're on the road again to Baltimore, which again you just never know. And
Baltimore's been playing so bad.
then they finish at home against the Niners. I mean,
Yeah.
these 5 games they could go 1-4. They can go 4-1.
What's 2 and
They
3
could go-
put them at for a total record?
2 and 3 would put them at
10 and 7.
10 and 7, and then they're in.
Mhm.
So they've got to win.
I mean, I think they'll find a way to win 2 of those games, but I don't have a lot of confidence in them going better than that.
Oh no, like 2. Yeah, I would say 2 and 3 is
And the thing
best,
is
and they got to get lucky.
Is it what's the Cardinals schedule after this?
All right,
'Cause
so
Murray's back. Defense is solid.
Lions,
Yep.
Colts,
Mm-hmm.
but they're at home.
Mm-hmm.
Then they're at the Cowboys.
Yep.
And then they finish up at home against the Seahawks, which I don't think they're playing that game, or
Right.
the starters aren't playing that game.
So they get 2 and
2 and 3.
2 and 3.
They go 2 and 3. They're 12
12
and
and
5.
5. How many other teams have the opportunity to
Green Bay and the Bucks.
to go 12 and 5?
Yeah.
I mean, realistically.
Yeah, I mean Green Bay's got
13 and 4 wins the NFC, right? Well, 13 and 4 wins both sides.
13 and 4 is way above probably what the AFC is going to get.
Is 5 wins going to win the AFC or 6? Or 5 losses, excuse me.
5. I mean, if New England went 4 and 5 from now on out, they'll be at 13
4 and
5.
1.
4 and 1. Sorry, that's the best bet for the AFC.
Gotcha.
I mean Green Bay's got Chicago, Ravens,
Minnesota.
Browns, home for Minnesota, and finish up at Detroit.
So you think 1 loss there maybe?
I think they could go 5-0 easily in that stretch. I think.
They won't. I don't
I think.
even
But
think
that's
they-
why the Cardinals
think
keep
the-
playing.
the Cardinals have to keep playing.
I
because the
think
Packers
Because the
schedule-
Bucks have Panthers week 18, Jets, so they're 2-0 there. Panthers again in week 16.
You got 2 more games.
Saints
Jeez.
this isn't me just being a
and the
homer
Bills.
in that
They play Bills
situation.
this week. Okay, so if they
They're going 4 and
but
1.
they're
So
at
4
home.
Yeah, so 4 losses is going to win the NFC. So
Yeah.
so the Cardinals have to play all the way through
Correct.
to get the number 1
To get
seed.
the number 1 seed.
I think
You're right.
in the Packers
As
scenario,
of today.
in the Packers scenario, and this isn't me just being a homer. I think their toughest game is the Vikings in that one.
Oh yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody might argue the Browns, but did
I
the
would
Browns
say-
come to Green Bay?
Yes.
Yeah,
I would say at Ravens and the Vikings.
But
It's
just
just
like you
because
said,
it's
the Ravens have been playing so
Yeah, but I mean, the
bad.
Ravens
at
at
Baltimore,
home and the way that I mean, that's just going to be
Grinder.
there's just going to be so many ugly games late in that division
Oh, for sure.
because of the weather.
What do we think though? Week 18, is that going to be an ugly week?
For football?
No,
or
I think
people playing for things?
I think because of how everything has played out this year, that week is going to matter and has nothing to do with them playing an extra week of football.
Right.
No.
It literally just has to do with the parity in the NFL.
Right. I agree.
Teams are going to have to play all
week
the way through
18,
because
you
of
got Falcons, Saints. Falcons have to be in it for that to matter.
Yep.
You do have Steelers, Ravens. That's probably going to have some implications. Jets, Bills. Bills aren't playing that game. Bengals,
Yeah, but I mean, what if it matters for seeding?
that's true. Bengals, Browns. That's going to be a great one.
Well, and here's
Packers,
the thing:
Lions.
matchups matter
There's
this
some good
year,
matchups.
regardless of record. I think you're going to see. That's what I think you're going to see more this year than anything. Is who do we want to play?
Correct.
Matters.
Correct.
Because there are a lot of. There's becoming more, this is why I think the NFL is more parity, is because there's more differentiation between what do I do well and what do you do well, and that is starting to matter way more. Way more teams are becoming rushing teams. Way more teams are becoming
time.
we can do this versus this. We can't do this versus this, and like that's starting to matter. So teams are going to look at that, and not to say that they're going to tank games, but they're just not going to play the people that they would normally play.
Do you see the stat of what defenses are doing this year for the first time in a long time? They believe is causing a lot of these quarterbacks problems. Cover 2.
Well, yeah, but I feel like they
It's
have
ran 60% of the time.
right. I feel like they've been doing that, but what they're doing with it underneath is they're mixing coverages
It's
with
absolutely
the cover
not just cover 2 boring.
behind, and that's where
Screwing it up
everything. But that's why teams are going back to running the ball
because
successfully.
they have too high. Yeah, exactly.
So, which is what they should do.
Right.
I mean, this is all cyclical.
Yeah, it is.
But I see that way more becoming a week 17, week 18 trend is, okay, now the pieces are moving.
Right.
Who do I want to play?
Yeah.
And a lot of people will look, and I'm sure there's a lot of NFL coaches that will be like, hey, we're going out to win the game.
Yeah.
And they'll have that mindset, but it's like, hey,
but they're pulling starters in
figure
the
it
second,
like
third.
you got to figure it out too. Is like you're trying to win football games here, and when come time to the playoffs, if you don't like your matchup, then you better figure it out.
Yeah.
I think I think you
that
just made a
matters.
great point when you said who do you want to play. I think this year more than any, and you talked about parity. I don't think high seeds want to play some of these low seed teams.
Well, especially not. If
You
they don't
never know
match
when
up-
those
you know,
low
if they
seed,
don't
like
match
these
up with
low
them.
seed teams have just had they have a little bit more oomph in them. I feel like this year.
I
than
want to
what
say
they've had in
that
the past.
this
That's all I
might
gotta
be
say.
this might be one
Done.
of the biggest years to be the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, because you don't want to play the low seed games in crap weather,
Right.
and you don't want to play the teams that you don't want to play the Titans in crap weather. You don't want to play the Colts in crap weather. You don't want to play the Patriots in crap. So if the Patriots get the AFC number 1 seed, that is huge.
Huge, absolutely huge.
Because New England plays to that weather.
Playoff football.
That's
what they
playoff
do.
weather. That's
Absolutely.
New England weather to what they've built their football team. What other team in the AFC plays to that weather?
Only Tennessee if they had Henry.
If they have Henry.
That's it.
The Colts maybe.
Baltimore, they run.
Yeah, but they can't.
But they can't.
Absolutely can't throw. And
right.
New England can scheme that.
Yeah, you're right.
So they're going to create turnovers. So I would say
Cincy, but they're all over
if New England gets number 1 seed in the AFC, the Colts are their biggest.
Absolutely.
Because
Hey,
that's the team
sitting right now. The Colts aren't in.
What's the
Right.
Browns? What's the Browns record?
Not good. 6-6.
Yeah, they're last in their division right now.
Yep. Colts are 7-6.
I think the Colts find a way to get in. They're too good a football team not to get in. on both sides.
Those are 2 running teams. That's a team that can run and pound the football.
What do they got left?
The Browns are.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That's a team
But I
that-
think Baker makes too many mistakes.
I
for them to
agree.
be
I agree.
successful in
But
the playoffs.
we're talking about a team that can run and pound the
Yep.
football. I think the Browns
absolutely.
can.
Colts go bye. That's a late bye.
Mhm.
That's good for them.
Yep.
Then Patriots at home after the bye.
Oh, so we're gonna find out right away.
They're going to find
Jeez.
out. Colts.
calling me out right now.
Then they're at the Cards.
Jeez, no one.
Home against the Raiders, and then at the Jags.
So 2-2.
2-2, maybe 1-3.
2-2 gets them 9-7.
Yeah, where's the last game?
Wait, what?
10-7.
2-2. They're 7-6.
9-8. Does 9-8 get them in the playoffs?
Math's hard. In the AFC, probably, but we'll
and
see.
you don't want any
So
of that
on that
smoke.
note,
Yeah. At that note, we'll have 4 weeks left. Next week when we come in, we're gonna actually have the playoff machine up as we go through it next week and talking through it as it's getting really down to the crunch for the playoffs. Next week we'll also have some bowl games, right? First week.
No, not yet. Not next
first
week.
bowl games are 17th.
So we'll be talking about them next Tuesday.
Oh, they don't. They
Yeah.
start the 17th.
I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah.
Those damn bowl games.
Those damn bowl games.
They're
Sneaky. Or sneaky.
So little bowl games next week.
little
and then-
baby bowl games,
Gotcha.
a little more a little more playoff machine.
and then I can
action.
come hot with
Little
my
baby bowl
college
games get played in the
football
coolest
predictions.
places like the Bahamas,
2
though.
weeks.
Yeah, for sure. So
Hot
why don't you,
takes.
Yeah, but as always, guys, we appreciate you. Like, subscribe, follow, share, whatever you can. If you're tuning in right now, talk smack to us. Obviously, we've been live tweeting a little
bring
bit.
the smoke.
James, what was that? You struggled right there.
He closed out of his shit.
That's good.
I didn't mean to close out of this.
But regardless, guys, thank you again for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week, same time, right around that 4:30, 5 o'clock is going to be our start time for that live
Right
show.
about that number.
The Goon Squad!
It's time.